record to this computer. Oh, it just lets me. Cool. Um, so well, I'm recording, but we don't. I'm gonna do a pre intro thing. But yeah. So I have like I think doing the fun like little list things or like a fun little structure, but it's gonna be like
Yeah,
kind of like we don't have to like stick to it if you want to like get into other topics and stuff. I think, especially having both of you guys have worked together and stuff, and so. I'd love to hear
yeah.
about that as well from with you guys. I've talked to you individually about working together, but now it only makes sense to you know go over it again, I think. So
Right on.
Mhm.
cool.
Yeah.
I'll do a little intro. I'll like do like a 3, 2, 1. I always do a clap. I know Zoom doesn't pick it up. It's just for my own because I'm used to doing it
It's
on
okay.
like OBS.
We do it
Yeah,
on our film, so
it's
it's
just
all
a
good.
thing. Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
I know. So normally I know it's gonna be 3, 2, 1. There'll be a silence, and then that's when I'll start editing.
Yeah.
Um, But yeah, cool. All right. 3, 2, 1. What's up, everybody? Welcome to a very special episode of Fight Film Fanatics. And I have two very special guests. They've both been on the show before. Welcome back, Eric Jacobus and Fernando
That's
J.
me.
Huerto.
Yeah.
Thanks for
My
having
dude
us.
Eric. Yeah.
Two of my favorite people to follow their work over 20 years on this from the Stunt People forums
Crazy.
all the way
Yeah.
to now. And I've had the honor of talking to both of them individually. Now I've got them both here today, and we got some little listicles we're gonna do just to talk about martial arts stuff that we love. Um,
Yeah.
but right out the gate, so how many times have you guys worked together? Like I know, so there's the Gunpoint series. There's three of those, right?
There's
Uh,
three. Yeah. So we did
there's
three film fights. Yeah.
yes, yeah,
And
yeah.
then the rest were motion capture after that.
Right. With the so as if this is the first episode you guys are listening to, uh the God of War. So well, okay, so there was another game before God of War. It was like a beat 'em up that I saw Jay streaming. What was that called again? Do you remember that beat 'em
Midnight
up?
Fight Express.
That yes, Midnight Fight
Yeah.
Express. Very cool game. I'm working right now on a tabletop
Yeah.
game that's kind of emulating beat 'em ups. So that's
Oh, that's
That's
cool.
cool.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So, it's a very like martial arts inspired tabletop game. So it's like you get to choose a character like a boxer or a TKD person or I'm working on a capoeira character right now.
That's
So
Oh,
cool
what a
because
cool
I'm a
idea, man.
big. Yeah, it is. Like I'm a big board game guy. Like I have a group of friends that I always play board games with. So like we need more like martial arts or
yeah,
kung fu cinema related board games out there.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know?
And I've been running tabletop games for a little while now, and I realized
Oh, sweet.
like a lot of my players, it's usually like Dungeons and Dragons is the big one. It's a lot of fantasy stuff, right? But I realize a lot of
Yeah.
people out there they don't know a lot about martial arts because I'll like, I like one of my players is like, oh, what's the peekaboo style? Is that a real style of boxing?
Right.
Because one of the characters I made
Yeah,
after
yeah, yeah.
Ippo from Hajime no Ippo and the Mike Tyson stuff. So,
Of
but
course.
yeah,
Yeah. And my
so
favorite.
yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, and so you guys did that, and then of course you guys have worked on God of War. Um, so yeah, I mean, what was that? I asked you both a little bit about it, but so Eric talked to me about how he had to like learn how to move like Kratos. For the list, if you didn't listen to the Eric episode, Eric
Mhm.
did a lot of the Kratos movements. So Eric, can you just
And
go
yeah.
over that again a little bit for
Yeah,
getting the
so
role of Kratos and all that?
yeah, so 2018 God of War, they brought me in to do the in-game motion capture for Kratos. So whenever you're pushing buttons and he's swinging and punching, and it's probably me. Truth be
Hmm.
told, they probably motion captured 15 people for that role. Um,
Sure.
and there, whenever there's an animation in a video game, if it's motion capture, it's probably five people all combined together anyway. So,
Yeah.
but I think it did the majority of it, and that process taught me a lot about moving for games, and they taught me how to give the maximum movement possible because in animation, when you do motion capture, it's very easy for an animator to remove movement. It's very difficult for them to add movement.
Right,
So
right,
if you're not giving it, so if you're just kind of phoning it in and, swinging an axe like this, it's very hard for them to add to that. They might as well reshoot it. But if you give them too much, it's almost better, right?
right.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
so I
And
taught to kind of give too much and then contain that so that I don't, trip or pull something.
Yeah.
And that
that's
was
what
the style I started kind of carrying forward into other games. Yeah, go ahead, Jay.
Yeah, that's what actually I learned in theater class. They say go bigger because the directors could. It's easier for the directors to dial it down. So we have to go bigger in theater, and then that way it's easier to shape it into what they need. So it's funny that you talk about that because I'm almost done reading your book, and
Oh, oh no.
and then we got to that part with the God of War and like the stuff that you were talking about when we were working on God of War, like between breaks and stuff like that. I was like, oh my god, you're talking about in the book. This is everything we talked about was in the book, you know. So I thought that was really interesting, and I'm like, yeah, it just further it was a further learning point for me to get more understanding of your stuff, your what do you call it, your movement language that you were talking about that you developed, and it helped me a lot. Especially
Cool.
like I have a job coming up, and then I have to. And now I'm like, I'm glad you put in what do you call it, a vocabulary to this language because now I could say like, okay, this client they need the American punch, so now I have to like choreograph with an American punch style of movement language. So now that you put a vocabulary to it, I could visualize it easier and communicate it easier to my stunt coordinator and the other people.
Right on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to credit the God of War team too, because they
Yeah, yeah,
they were the ones that I didn't want to do that.
I know.
Did not
We
want
don't.
I was my body and my brain were fighting it tooth and nail. It wasn't the aesthetic that I knew, right? It was
Hmm.
not the Hong Kong style, which to me was the Bible. And
Yeah.
Right.
eventually, when I started getting it, it kind of, kind of cracked my egg open a little bit and it kind of freed me from. The thing is, I still love, and we're going to get into the choreographers.
Yeah.
I still have this huge preference and bias towards, Hong Kong, of course, but
Hmm.
Hmm.
I think
Same.
being able to kind of identify these things, like you said, with American Punch, Hong Kong Punch, and sometimes that shorthand can kind of like get you into a time capsule almost, where it's like,
Yeah.
oh, now I'm in a Western, and you can sort of
Yeah.
think like somebody in the 1800s, right? That's kind of the idea for it.
Hmm.
Yeah. So a big thesis of I think what Eric has been doing and this whole thing is movement language, which is
Yeah.
essentially
Robo. Hmm.
what screen fighting stunt work really boils down to. And you said the reason that you uh asked Jay to asked to work with Jay in motion capture because you guys had the shared Hong Kong language style.
Hmm.
And look, we can all be all three of us here. We're all Hong Kong preferential. We all prefer the Hong
It's
Kong movement
true. It's
style.
true.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about when we get to our list of stuff. We all and I try really hard to not be like a snob about it. Like when I'm like watching like other Western action movies or whatever. But it is not even just Hong Kong style, but just like East Asian style. Because like I was gonna ask, um, do you find that the Korean style has a little more overlap with the West? Because they go a little bigger, less it's less speed and more like power and emotion, right? Is that a
A lot of
fair
character work.
character? Very big, yeah. Is that a
Yeah.
fair?
Mhm.
Yeah, I think that's probably fair. I mean, like Korean action in the 80s and 90s was kind of like Hong Kong heavy, or
Yeah.
like a heavier version of Hong Kong, right? And
It's
because
all heavy attacks, like from Street
super
Fighter.
heavy,
It's like, yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of knockouts,
Yeah.
not a whole lot of, a lot of phrases, right?
hmm
And I think they really kind of like found their style in the late 90s, early 2000s,
yeah,
which is, yeah, it's very character driven. There's a lot of drama, and Korean cinema is known for its dramas. Hong Kong cinema is not really known for its dramas so much outside of Hong Kong.
right,
So for whatever that is that makes Korean drama work, makes Korean action work too. I
yeah.
think it's just probably always been the case.
I agree with that.
Yeah,
What
because
about?
you're like referring to your book probably because of their like culture and the language that they speak. It ties into their combat styles and whatnot. I
I feel
thought that
like it
was
has to
interesting
all
too
be
when you
the
talk
same
about that.
thing, right?
Yeah.
Like the
Hmm.
Korean language itself is this impossible mixture of Chinese and Japanese, where you have Chinese
Yeah.
vocabulary with Japanese grammar,
Hmm.
Hmm.
because you can't really mix grammars, and that history goes back quite a long ways. I mean, my Korean history is not that good, but my guess is that the Korean style looks so different from the Hong Kong style because that divergence happened a long time ago,
Yeah.
significantly, and it's a peninsula too, which changes everything as well. Whereas there's a lot of blend between the kind of Hong Kong and Vietnamese and Thai styles because they're connected. It's like there's a lot of Chinese people in those places too, not so much so with Korea.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the name of the book again? Just to shout it out
If
early.
these fists could
These
talk,
fists could talk.
Yeah. A
right
Hong.
there.
What is it?
Ah,
A
thanks for. I was gonna put
stuntman's
one up
I gotta
on
do
take
here.
on
that.
violence.
I gotta
Yeah.
take a picture of that. Yeah,
That
Yeah.
looks
for you.
sick. I can screenshot the video for that. That's that's awesome.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a stuntman's take on violence. Is that the
Yes, yeah.
Unflinching take. I don't flinch. I
unflinching?
do not
Don't
flinch
flinch.
once
Do
when I
not
talk about
flinch.
And
violence in this book.
those who want to do screen fighting or like an or action actors, stunt people, like people want to choreograph fights, this book is essential because I don't think there's any other book that what do you call it, identifies and has a distinct vocabulary and it's almost like a manual, like on how to do like motion capture, like distinctive styles of action. I really thought what was interesting is you put the 5 stages of movement and mocap in there too, along with the video. I think that was really smart, and I think a lot of people, especially like these new screen fighters, these new stunt people, they could take a lot from your book. There's
Thank
a
you.
lot of gold in here, that stuff that we developed, but you put a written word to it. It's like with language like you talk about. It's like I could go to across the United States and fight Leroy without even having any kind of personal conversation.
Yeah.
And it happened the first time we met up. We met, we started choreograph. Oh my God, you have the same language. Same with Eric, same with Manny, Vlad, everybody. We didn't really have to talk. It's
Even in
just
Canada
we
with
came up with this language. Oh
Alex
yeah, with the
and
Canada boys. Yeah, all of
The
them.
Eclipse guy,
Yeah.
or yeah,
Yeah, Dennis and everybody, easy to fight.
yeah,
They're all easy to fight just because we shared the same language, but we just didn't know. We didn't have like a tablet that says that you had the rules, or you know um
Yeah.
not rules, but like steps.
codified. Yeah,
Yeah, it's not codified. Now that Eric has in this book, I think it's essential that performers read this, because
that
everything that
rules.
Eric and I has talked about, or Eric has talked about in his talks, in his live talks, his podcasts, all in here. It's all of it's relevant, and it's helpful to anybody who wants to get into this.
Yeah, that's super rad.
Thanks.
Mhm.
And with that, let's get to our first list, everybody.
Let's do it.
Uh,
Yeah.
let's go with I think the more broad one. Let's just do favorite martial arts movies. This is more broad category, kind of like dipping our toes in here a little bit. I already know from having talked to you guys what a couple of your picks are gonna be. Um,
Some of the crossovers,
there's some crossovers. There's some
Yeah,
crossovers.
some
I
of
also
it.
little
Yeah.
in my notes I wrote down when we talked about our other faves about stuff. So it'll be fun to talk about. So I think the way I'll just start. I'll do my five,
Are you going to
and
start at
then
number 5 or at number 1? Are we
I'll
going to
start
work
number
our way?
five.
All right,
I'll
cool.
go. I'll go down.
Okay.
I like the starting
Yeah.
and then going
Yeah.
because my number five uh and this is no blowing smoke. This is just real. My number five is Contour. My
Oh,
number five.
wow.
I
Yeah,
I
one of the
mean, if
best
I'm being
indies
for
out
real,
there.
there might not be a martial arts movie I've watched more than Contour. Like when I die, if I get to die and as God, like what martial arts movie did I watch the most? It'll be like Drunken Master 2. Okay, what's second? Contour. Like
Oh my gosh.
I know
Wow.
there might not be. Besides, I've watched Contour so much. I was very. I mean, like as soon as like when I found the Stunt People forums, and then I was like, oh, they made this movie Contour. Like, well, I gotta check it out. And I have like a lot of those sequences memorized just from watching them so
Yeah.
much, and I love Contour. That's like I think I said before. like when I first tell people like, oh, I love martial arts movies, like, have you guys seen The Raid? That's like the first one I always ask. But then when I know they're cool, I'm like, okay, but what about Contour? And nobody's ever seen Contour. I'm always the person that introduces Contour to people. But so that's I love Contour. It's in my top five for sure. My number four, Dragons Forever.
Ah,
Uh, I had to get one with
yep,
the
yep.
boys, all three of the boys in there.
Yeah, I
We
got it,
watched we
got it.
watched that at our company, and we were talking about it afterward, and we were just talking like, is it even possible to do a movie like that now? Like, I don't even think it would be possible to do a movie
So
of that
they tried
scale.
with Triple Threat. I don't know if you guys saw Triple Threat,
I'm
but it
sorry,
was
it did
not
not
that.
work.
It
It
was
didn't
not
work.
No, it
Dragons
didn't
Forever.
work. No,
It was not Dragons
no.
Forever. Did you guys see it? It was
That's
Like
awesome.
clips of it
broke
because
my
it's
heart,
just
kind of.
I don't know. I don't really like the story.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There's
There
just
really
like so
wasn't
many
a
people.
story. It
Like
was just
uh,
yeah.
yeah,
So
I
okay, for
can't.
the
I can't.
listeners who might not know, Triple Threat is starring. Look on paper, Iko Uwais, Tony Jaa,
Mm.
and what's his name from Man of Tai Chi?
Tiger Chin,
Tiger
Tiger
Chen.
Chan as the
Michael
three.
J. White.
They're the
Yeah.
triple threat, and then
Right.
yeah, they had in the villain roles Michael J. White, Scott Adkins, Gigi Yanin, Michael Bisping, whatever. Sure, but listen, but that's still a great.
Yeah, how can you go wrong?
Where could you
Yeah.
go wrong? And it just, I don't remember who directed it, I don't know who did the choreo, but it was
Yeah,
not
people can
Dragons
look that
Forever.
up. It's
Yeah,
just
Yeah.
it's
It's
just
the
sorry
it
best.
feels
if
it
you're
feels
listening,
like
but
there's
you're
just a
not.
lot of um not enough time. We should
Yes,
definitely say
Hmm.
that there's not enough time.
Yeah.
Dragons Forever, who knows how many years they spent making that movie, like months at least,
I was
right?
gonna say, do you think it took them years, or they're just that good
No,
and
I
that in
mean it's
sync?
probably, but I
Like a
bet you that
month
end
or
scene was at
two.
least a
Yeah,
month.
right.
Yeah.
And like
Yeah,
that was Contour for us. It was like, well, if that's what makes that great, let's just do that. And then when you get to the point where you're, I don't know what Triple Threat was, 2 million, $5 million movie, whatever it is, like you don't
yeah.
have 3 months to make your movie. You have, I don't know, 21 days. And from what I
Oh,
understand, there were some fights with Scott where they were like, we got 4 hours. And
right.
you're like, what can you do with that? So
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they don't sculpt the movie in a way to make the fights meaningful, because they don't know how to do that. Anyway,
anyway,
this is a rant. Well, you know what? This is
Yeah.
probably the place to have that rant, actually. Now I'm thinking about it. But I wish we could get a Dragons Forever again. It's like they had the guys.
yeah.
And now Tony Jaa's like a monk now. I don't know when we're going to another a shot at something like that. Unless Netflix, you give me
Yeah.
money and I'll hire these guys to make
Right.
you a current
I mean,
Dragons
Like
Forever.
the
the
indie
last
one, yeah.
Dragons Forever movie was probably Dennis Rule's Unlucky Stars. It was probably
A
the
Hmm.
hundred
last
percent.
kind of
Yes.
that kind of
100%.
movie. And
Yeah.
even now, like doing a movie on that scale with our generation is extremely hard. Like he
Yeah.
Yeah.
he had a
Hmm.
really hard time finishing that.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
5 year project for him.
And he
I
had like Vlad
it
and like a lot
when
of great
everybody was
Yeah.
guys.
22 years old. Nobody was doing anything.
Right. Yeah.
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 And nobody had kids. It was easy.
Yeah.
Right.
Or jobs or
Or
full-time jobs
jobs,
now.
yeah. So
Yeah.
making a Dragons
Yeah.
Forever, yeah, I think
Yeah.
that is a museum piece. So
Yes. And it has like, I mean, everyone's in that. Dick Way is in
Hmm.
there, like in a small role. Billy Chow's in there again, a very short 1v1. And then it's the only time we see Sammo throw hands with Benny the Jet. It's so short, but I love
Yeah. That's
it.
the
It's
only
just like a
time.
little short exchange.
he had to get that in. After
I know.
Wheels, he was
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
like, I just want to
I
fight that
want
guy
some
so
of
bad.
this.
Yeah,
Give me
yeah.
some of that.
Who
Yeah.
knows? Maybe he wrote himself as the main one, and he's like, Jackie, you can take him again. I
That's
just
got,
want a
but
little,
it had to be Jackie though, right? With
give me a little
the
scrap. Yeah,
yeah.
That's
I
like
know,
me. I'm like, I want to fight everybody.
right?
I want
Yeah.
to fight every like I just fought Jose Manuel, and I've known him for like 2 decades from
that's
like
cool.
some people for him. So like he was in San Diego on the same week that I was doing the 40-hour film project in San Diego.
Oh,
I'm like,
cool.
dude, where I was like, bro, you're in San Diego. We're doing the 40-hour film project on Saturday. Like, you wanna be in it? She's like, yeah, of course. So
Awesome.
I wrote him as the main villain, and we had a decent fight,
All
I'm
and
very
it was
right,
excited for
Puerto
fun.
that.
Rico represent.
Yes,
Yeah,
and then
Borico.
we were talking about the movement language. I'm like, because like
Yeah,
this is the
man.
first time I've seen this guy in the flesh, and then just doing the choreography and doing the first 4 and 8 moves. I'm like, oh yeah, same language,
Easy,
easy. And
easy.
we
Yes.
choreographed that thing like in about less than an hour because like we have in a 48-hour film project you have to be fast, you have to get everything done, you have to make your decisions, you can't go back to you can't make more than three like our rule is like no more than 3 takes, like on a regular one. If it's a fight scene, we'll do more because that's the most that's the centerpiece of our films. But like we're just choreographing while they're like our second. I instructed my director to go to, because I'm the team leader. I told my director, okay, film the scene with Nico and the 2 other like parkour guys, and then I'll choreograph the fight. Not to waste time with Jose Manuel. We got that done, and then they were still like working on the scene. By the time they got to us, we had everything. We're just going. We did every beat, stayed
Nice.
married to the angle, switched the angle, next choreography, boom, got that done in an hour. The quickest turnaround of the day, because like the first 2 sequences were not fight scenes; they were just us walking to the school. Took 4 hours. I'm like, what's going on? This is not. And also, to be fair, like I had my regular friends who I do the 48 hour with, they were not available that
Right.
weekend. They happened not to be out of town, so I had to pick up more like a newer people, newer crew
They
members. My
didn't
stunt
know the
people,
language.
they don't know the
Yeah.
language. No, they don't.
Yeah,
And
they
my
don't know
director
the
didn't know the
language.
language because she's not used to directing action. She was my editor for the past 3 years. Like, whenever we take a shot, we would dump the footage and she would do an assembly edit while we're shooting, because that's how we function in the 48. So when we got her, anyways, so she was the editor for a couple of years. Mark was not available. Mark, Accidental Spy, he was not available that weekend. So I was like, hey, why don't you direct? Because I have to focus on my acting and then the performance and my second unit, my
Right.
stunt people, because we had a big battle scene. So
Yeah.
then, she doesn't know language. So, lesson learned. It's
Yeah.
like, okay, we not many of us there know the language. Me and Mark know the language, but Mark was not available. So
Right.
Yeah.
again, yeah.
And if like
Sorry,
Jose
that was
had
long
his
winded.
his guys there. No, no, it's fine. That's
Yeah, but
no, but it goes
but
to show
yeah,
the language is not easy. It's also like not easy. Like I mean, okay.
yeah. It's not easy,
I've
but when you have it, just like any other language, it just
yeah.
comes natural. And when you're speaking that language to another person, another performer,
Yeah.
dude, it's like you've been conversing for years.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
I mean, you guys have worked. It's not just that like you guys, you watch the way the greats
yeah.
did it back in the day, but you guys have been implementing it for 2 decades.
But we also been
Uh,
piggybacking off of each other.
exactly. The
Yeah,
forums were such a huge. If I've ever made this clear to the listeners when I've talked about the forums,
yeah.
not only did the people there collaborate with each other, but they watched. And like every week, someone would drop a short, and then everyone would like
Mhm.
take notes and say what and like and they were learning from each other how to
Yeah,
like. I
I
mean,
took from everybody.
LBP,
Yeah.
Vlad,
Mhm.
everybody, Leroy.
Yeah.
Everybody was learning how to make better action together, and that's why
Mhm.
everybody who came out of there was so good at it. um,
Yeah. Everybody came
uh,
out of it stronger, and
yeah.
they're running Hollywood now. You guys are running Hollywood.
I mean,
Or
yeah. I
they're
mean,
running like the big stuff. So
yeah.
The
it's
thing that
crazy.
we didn't do, you can call this a dig. We did not do a whole lot of hell yeahing. We didn't do a whole lot of that.
No, we didn't. We
When
Fair.
didn't.
somebody made something that sucked, everyone that
We were
sucks.
brutal.
Yeah, it's
We were
true.
Yeah.
brutal
That's
because
true.
nobody thought that might cost them a job.
Right.
Yeah.
But the person who got the feedback was like, oh man, yeah, I kind of knew that too. Like I had a feeling this
Yeah.
was gonna be. Well, I got some
Mhm.
of that too. I remember putting some stuff on there and people just being like, what happened? Like this sucks. And um, those were the good old days. Let's just say
Yeah,
that.
it was all learning. It
Yeah.
was all learning. I don't regret all of
I
that.
was
Like
one of
I
the
love
bigger
that feedback.
cheerleaders because even
Yeah.
even when people's stuff wasn't like polished, I still enjoyed how much the passion that they clearly had
Yeah,
for
you
it.
saw
I
the
agree with
effort.
that. Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah, you saw
totally.
the effort.
and
Yeah.
everybody got better. It's like
Totally.
everyone got better. So that was
Yeah.
also awesome to see. So yeah, so my number 4 is Dragon Forever. My number's
Yeah.
3 is the Raid and the Raid 2. I put them together to cheat. This is what I always
Mhm.
do. And the thing about the Raid movies, how to put it? So like there's a lot of martial arts movies that have great action, but the plot's kind of whatever. And the Raid is very
The
simple,
rate
the
is that
first
one.
Raid.
Yeah.
The second
But
Raid
I like it.
though has an amazing plot. It's an excellent like crime movie, I would
Yeah.
say, as well as with as much great action as the first one had. So that's why I have the Raid so high. I don't know if you guys well, we'll get to your guys. Well, actually, how do you? Because we talked a little about the raids, and
Yeah.
I feel like in the modern, I know this the movie's like a decade old, but still, in the modern era, I feel like the closest thing we have to like truly S tier martial arts. I mean, every week on YouTube, there's like a new YouTube video essay about like, oh, the raid, man, this is we messed up.
Yeah.
Hollywood should be doing this. It's like this movie's 13 years old, but sure, yeah. So, I mean, I don't know if they're gonna be on your guys' list. But I do love the raids. My number two, these my top two are pretty obvious. Police Story, and my
Yeah.
number one's Drunken Master 2. I already did Police Story on the show. I fucking love Police Story. What are you gonna? I mean, it's just
Yeah. Well,
I
those are
love.
my top two also. So
Okay, yeah,
you and
yeah,
I have
yeah.
the same. Yeah.
Police
Yeah.
Story is just to me. It's just it's look. Jackie Chan made that movie out of spite, and he
Yeah.
you can really tell in his effort. It's his best. Well, it's his best. Like
Modern.
okay, so yeah, modern style.
Yeah.
Well, Dragon Master 2 is like weird because it's modern, but it's kind of reduxing
Yeah.
old
Yeah.
school
But he
styles.
also, but in
But
Police Story, you talk about that vindictiveness, and
yeah,
you could tell by his
chip on his
move, by
shoulder.
the way his
Yeah.
movement, because he was so
Yes.
aggressive. He was more aggressive in that movie than he was in other films, if you notice.
Yes.
Especially
Yeah.
like when he was fighting, like when the car outside, was it the apartment or something with the cars, and he like did a
Yes.
flying drop kick to a dude.
Yes.
Like I'm like, dude,
Yes.
he just wanted to destroy him.
Yeah.
Like his
And
aggression was completely different in Police Story than it was in
I think that was
the
also
other
when I talked to
films.
Leroy. He loved the little spot where he 1v1s Fung Hak on
Yeah, that's one of
because
the
he's
best.
so
It's
mad.
memorable. Yeah,
He's
you
throwing
could
these
tell.
elbows with the
Yeah.
most intent. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if he's ever thrown harder looking elbows on
No,
someone
I didn't
than
notice
that
it
Fung
anywhere
Hak on.
than that sequence and
He's
that
like trying
movie
to
in
kill
general.
Fung Hak on. It looks like in that
Yeah.
scene, and that's
You could
for
tell, yeah.
Jackie. It's very rare because usually, as Eric pointed out, he's usually trying to like survive and get away
Yeah.
and elude, but he's coming at Fung Hak on with these vicious, really
Yeah,
tight
he's
strikes.
attacking.
He's
He
attacking
can pour forward pressure. Usually he's on the
after
defense.
taking a 7v1. He's like
Yeah.
aggroing
I'm
this
gonna get this
man.
dude. I'm gonna get this dude in the
Yeah.
white suit.
And
And that's
it's in
yeah,
his face too. It's like the
it
strikes, yeah, but it's in his
100%.
eyes. You can see.
Yeah.
It's like he was attacking Hollywood with those
So
rifles.
it's so funny that you brought that up because like it now makes sense to me, like why he
Yeah,
was so aggressive, yeah,
yeah,
in that
yeah,
film, particularly in that film.
yeah. And Drunken Master 2, as me and Jay talked about, I just think that last fight, I don't think
It's
there's been a
art.
better fight, and
Yeah.
I don't know if there ever will.
Yeah.
I don't know if there ever will be. As much
No.
as I love every other fight that I love, I've yet to see a better fight than the thing with Ken Lo at the end. It's just insane. I don't.
Fun.
It's fun. It's
Yeah.
hilarious.
Hmm.
It's brutal. It's violent. It's kinetic. It's dynamic. It's in pro
Like, how do
wrestling
you get a
terms, it's the
fight
greatest
scene?
face comeback ever. It's
Yes. I mean, how do you combine all of those like in one fight scene? The humor, the danger, all that stuff. Like
yeah.
that's I mean, not
After he
impossible.
gets
That's
put in the coals
extremely
too.
difficult.
Yeah, this is after he gets
Yeah.
put in the coals, after he drinks pure whatever, and then
Yeah.
he's just
100
goes
proof
the whole
alcohol.
Super Saiyan. Yeah. So for me, those are the
The
tops.
modifier. Yeah. The
Yeah,
modifier.
yeah. And Dragon Quest 2 has a lot of great stuff in it, but that end
Yeah.
that last 10 minutes is untouchable to me. So that's my
Agreed.
list. Eric, do you want to share your
Okay. My number five is Drunken Master 2. And
sick?
I put it on there too because that was the third Jackie Chan movie I saw probably. And it
Ooh,
just watching that end fight.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
early on in my, deep dive into Hong Kong cinema. Well, after watching that fight, my dad and I watched it and we were just silent the whole time because we
Hmm.
couldn't quite wrap our heads around what we were looking at. And it's just so much going on. It's funny, it's a period piece, and the action was just it was like the best Buster Keaton style martial art action with stunts. It just made no sense. So I watched it on
Yeah.
repeat until
yeah,
dawn,
yeah,
and I couldn't quite get over it, and I felt a little bit depressed afterward because I think there's a certain kind of art like a piece, like when you see a sculpture of some kind that depresses you because you know you've reached the end here.
Yeah.
This is the end.
No,
Like
that makes
yeah,
there
sense.
there are
Yeah.
no
yeah,
other pieces beyond here in the museum, and there never will be.
yeah,
And that hit me back in '98, and I didn't want it to be true. And I went out feverishly watching these. I was kind of an addiction at that point. I was like, I gotta find something
Yeah.
better than Drunken Master 2, or I'm gonna die.
right.
And never quite found it, even though it's number five on my list. Like that is the movie that instilled that fear in me.
Yeah,
Um,
And you
yeah,
talk about it briefly on your book, or
yeah.
what you just said, like was in the book too. Yeah.
I mean, it's an interesting story too. Like it is a
Yeah.
Lau Kar Leung movie.
Lung.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first
He direct,
half at least, you know.
yeah, and
Right.
well, for the most part, but that end fight is a Jackie movie.
A hundred
Because
Yeah.
percent.
Hmm.
Jackie didn't want to do the style of drunken that Lagarde wanted to do. It's in my interview with Mark Houghton. Mark is very critical of how Jackie took that movie, which is interesting. It's worth listening to.
Hmm. Awesome. Yeah.
Our number four is Flashpoint
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
that was the first time since Ong Bak. I had Ong Bak on here, but it just wasn't as influential as these other ones for me. It's fantastic, but it's the first time since Ong Bak where we completely changed how we approached action, like on a
Hmm.
dime. And I
Yes.
could see it with everybody. Everybody's
Yep.
haymakers changed. You even pointed it out, like everybody's punches and kicks and the whole mindset changed at that point. Um, and
It also influenced wrestling because one of my favorite wrestlers, Kenny Omega, he did a double knee move in his early career. He would run at the opponent like he was in the corner, and he would jump with double knees into his chest, and he called that the Tony Jaa.
uh-huh.
And then
Oh,
now
did he?
nowadays he
I
called
didn't.
it the Tony. Do you
Oh, I
remember
didn't know
that?
he used to call that. No, I
But
always
now,
knew it was the V
but now
trigger.
he does. Yeah, but now he
Yeah.
does a feet trigger, which is a skip knee or like
The
a
bicycle
step
knee,
knee, like a
basically.
bicycle knee. Yeah, but
Yeah.
like you could see the like modern pro wrestling. A lot of pro wrestlers are using knees and they're connecting to the face. And
Yeah.
I think like
Yeah,
Tony Jaa was like the Thai movement language
yeah,
influenced the pro wrestling's flying knee.
yeah.
Because
Yeah.
now you see that flying knee, you see the step up knee, the flying knee, the V, all those types of
The
knees that
Meteora
connect to the
too.
chest, face,
Yeah.
Meteora. I think that all was inspired by Tony Jaa,
I think
but
so too.
also
I mean,
like that
when
same
I look
knee. Yeah,
back, yeah, I look
Yeah.
back at like Contour, and
yeah,
there are moments where I was like, oh, that
yeah,
was totally Tony Jaa. And Tony Jaa
yeah.
influenced how we do impacts.
Yes,
I feel like
yes,
Yes.
yes.
I feel like
100%.
Close up contact. Yeah.
Flashpoint influenced everything else that we did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Can I
And
can I also
yeah,
say about Flashpoint that as someone on the forums, I don't think a
Yeah.
movie came out that influenced the forums more than Flashpoint
mm,
because
Oh, everybody was
there is
suplexing.
a clear
yeah,
pre-Flashpoint and post-Flashpoint, and I
Yeah.
saw it and I loved it. I was all for it. I was like, because I love Flashpoint also. Uh, but yeah, I would say at least for that generation of the forum people. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
everybody saw Flashpoint. It's gonna be. And Leroy even did a bit about. It was a bit. It became a bit on the in some people's
It
work.
became a
Like
bit, yeah.
when he's punching Ed, he's like
And then,
Flashpoint bitch or whatever. It's just really
yeah.
funny. Yeah.
And then I just ended up
This
taking the
blocking.
suplex into every like film and yeah,
Yes.
and
Yeah,
these kind
people
of
weren't
blocking.
doing the
But
suplexes
yeah.
either. That's a good point. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
The
And then I
German.
was I've been doing the suplexes like in wrestling. I'm like, why didn't I put this in the film? And then after Donnie ended, I'm like, okay, that kind of subconsciously gave me permission
yeah,
to
Right.
start doing
Right.
it more.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh, the audience is starting to understand my other language. I know
Right.
like four different languages now, which is Hong Kong, American Punch, pro wrestling, and even though I know the dialects of pro wrestling, like strong style, you British, European catch, like lucha libre, all that stuff, and then we got what do you call it? Stage combat. Theater stage combat is completely different, but
right,
it's
right,
derived from a little bit of pro wrestling. So
right.
I have all these languages now. I'm doing this language, and I'm like,
Yeah,
oh my god, these languages are coming together.
yeah,
So
it's cool.
Yeah.
again, Eric, thank you for codifying it and like putting a system, like all these vocabularies into it.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Shameless
I,
plug. I'm writing another
Yeah.
book. It's called Movement Language.
Oh, good, good.
yeah.
It's
Oh,
me
I
just
can't
that.
wait. I
I
can't
just
Yes.
took
wait.
that chapter and blew it up into a book.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
and dude,
Uh,
if you need me to read through it, I'd be more than happy to.
Thanks.
Yeah,
I
like
I also
read
have
your
to say,
manuscript.
as a
So
wrestling fan, when Donnie
yeah.
German zing you through that table.
Oh, it was the greatest thing in the world
I don't know. Like I don't. I'm trying to remember. Like
at the time.
again, there's a before me seeing that happen and an after me where I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
it's like what Jay said. Like I didn't know that was like allowed. It's weird. It's like,
Right,
Right.
right. In the
oh
brain,
yeah,
it does.
you
Yeah,
can German
Funny, huh?
someone in a martial
yeah.
arts fight. Why not?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you just? It's so intuitive. Just waist lock him. Just think him over. Like, it's just,
Yeah.
Right. And
and
then I started doing this in my training, and
you
then like
literally have
every
given
now
Eric a
every
half and
three, he's like
half
doing it.
in gunpoint.
Yeah, I gave him a half and half suplex. Yeah, you saw that. I gave him a half and half suplex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
That was
and then
yeah.
also in Midnight Fight Express, we did like
Yeah.
several different suplexes
Yeah.
Yeah.
together. Yeah,
And I
and then
think
a bunch of them made
Flashpoint
it in.
was when you started seeing more. This is what John Savidi called it because he
Yeah,
was behind the scenes making this action.
Hmm.
yeah, he
He's,
helped on the court. Yeah, he helped with them. I
I
remember that. I
mean,
remember
like,
seeing that
yeah,
a little bit. Yeah,
significantly.
Hmm.
Called it uncooperative choreography,
uh-huh.
and
Donnie was
it's
super into that.
extremely difficult to do. Super difficult to do. Um,
did that start with SPL when they like with the
I think
knife
so.
looking like they were and
I
actually
think so. I
sparring?
think it was kind of
Yeah.
in Donnie's mind to
Yeah.
try and do
Yeah.
something that was more visceral.
Yeah.
I'm curious what he was watching when he did SPL.
Yeah.
Right.
Like what gave him that? I mean, you kind of see it with his, Legend of the Wolf, which is not on my list, but I think it is the greatest action movie of all time. Um,
Okay.
I remember
I
you
know
thought
you're a
your
big
review on
Legend.
that. I remember your review.
I
Yeah.
remember you're the big Legend of the Wolf fan.
a huge Legend of the
Yeah.
Wolf fan. It's my favorite action film of all time.
Okay, I have to describe this for the listeners who may not
It
know. So,
doesn't mean that it's the best martial art film, but it is my favorite.
okay, so for the listeners, I need to give this context. So, if you don't know about some of Donnie's earlier Hong Kong work, like he did a lot of stuff that was like very sped up, very clipped, like core, very fast. Well, it's literally sped up, but like the idea was like he was trying to revolutionize the way we consume like watched martial arts fights by like making it like go really fast and very repetitive and very
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
visceral. A lot of people don't like it. A lot of people don't like it. Including a lot of people on the SB forums think it's
That's a
dumb.
them problem as far
But
as I'm concerned.
I know Eric loves it though. To the point, what was the video? I think you on your Donnie video, you're like, "Come on, guys, why don't you like this movie?"
Yeah. Yeah.
He says that in the Donnie video.
I think
But
that like when you look at the stuff that Donnie was doing around that time, it's he was trying to do stuff like that, and it
yeah,
just feel like Legend of the Wolf is the one where it was like okay he hit it and like then it was gone.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he got to do all of it. He was like off the reins in that one, right? Basically, that was like his
No, it was his
thing,
movie,
kind of.
yeah,
Yeah. It was he
Yeah,
directed it. Yeah. He
yeah.
directed it.
and he did the choreo and all that. I assume because I
Yeah. He
mean,
did.
if he wasn't doing it, who was? That was like his thing, right? That
I
was
think he
like
edited that movie too. Kenji was talking about him editing that movie,
yeah,
so
he wanted it to look like the way it looked, and
yeah.
he was trying to yeah, he would look it, and yeah. So Flashpoint, you're number three.
All right, my number
Uh
three is City of Violence. Um,
oh,
Korean action film. So Drunken Master 2 is number five. Flashpoint. Now I got City of Violence,
Yeah.
which I think is like it's just this. If nobody's seen it, that's the or
yeah,
there's like
no,
this
Which is so
small.
weird.
it's
It's
true.
yeah.
No,
There
So
was this little
good.
window where that movie came out, and
no
it
one's
just
seen it.
blew up for all of us, and we were like, okay,
Yeah.
this is the Korean action film. This is
Yeah.
the Korean
Yeah,
martial
That's the
art film.
style.
This is a Korean martial art film. And Jung Do Hong is the choreographer and the co-star, and he's
Yes. He's so
so
good.
dope, man. Like,
He's so
oh my
good.
God, like the greatest action hero looking dude. And
amazing
nobody's seen
face.
it. Nobody's watched it. It
No
blows
one's
my
seen
mind.
it. No one's ever
Um,
seen this
there
movie.
are some interesting editing choices which I don't want to like get hung up
Yeah.
on. It's the character of that movie that I think is just so good, where these guys have such style, and every character has style, and the shooting has style, the editing is style.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some weird things. I wouldn't have done things a certain way, but like, what do I know? I have no idea how to do the Korean style. That seems to be like the way it's done. Like they
Hmm.
shot Masters. The whole scene with the break
Yeah.
dancers, they shot them in Masters. We watched behind the scenes, like, and we're watching behind the scenes, going like, why did they do that? Why did they shoot Masters of all of this? And they cut it all together, and it's like, I I couldn't tell you why, but the movie looks the way that it does, I think, because of that.
Yeah,
Yeah, don't they use long lenses too? Because
Yeah.
I noticed like in some scenes, they were like far away. The camera's far away. I'm like, I look at the focal length of this of the shot. I'm like, well, that's a long lens.
Yeah.
Interesting how they shot that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I noticed that too. And also, they do something that Akira Kurosawa does in his movies where he populates the scene with a lot of people to emphasize like the
yeah,
emotion or the drama of the scene. So instead of just like one on one or one on four, it's like one on 50
50,
on a
yeah.
street with like a bike, a BMX gang, a baseball gang, just like the Warriors. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's kind of
it
dope.
was
That's
like
It
the
was
kind
dope,
of
Warriors.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was dope.
it
Very comic book
was
movie.
Yes,
very
yes, I
comic
love it.
book.
I love, and that's on my dude. That's on mine too. That's on my top five. I'm like, I wrote it down. I
Oh,
was
okay.
like, yeah,
I know it would
Seas
be on
Violence going
Leroy's
forever.
too. I really want to
Yeah,
talk to Leroy again too. I know we
Yeah.
just had a kid, but
Oh, good for
yeah.
him.
I remember talking to him about that as well.
We
But
got to
yeah,
talk together because I haven't talked to him in like 10 years.
I
So we got
know.
to
I'm gonna
talk
try
together. Yeah,
to. I'll try to make that happen when I'm talking.
yeah.
Yeah,
All
but
right. My number two is
two.
Dragon Lord,
You
because
yes.
Yeah,
Dragon
Dragon Lord.
Lord
Yeah.
is when Jackie and Mars came up with the rescue action style.
Mhm.
And I just think that that movie's beautiful. I love the story. It's not quite as like accessible to people, I think, as something like Police Story or Project A, but I just think that it's like just the rawness of it, I think, is so good.
Yeah,
And I
agreed.
love Jackie not being able to fight. Like that's the entire plot
Hmm.
of it, which
Yeah.
I think is super cool. Very much like my life.
I gotta say, yeah, when I watched Dragon Lord, I didn't know what I was watching. I was like, oh, this is the other one where he fights what's his name from Young
Wong is sick.
Master. Yeah, that's how I literally went into it. I was like, this is
Yeah.
the movie where the other one where he fights him and where it has the take that they took 40 takes to do with the soccer or whatever. Like that's all I knew. And so when
Yeah.
Jackie's just like not fighting correctly, I'm just confused. And then when I rewatch it, I was like, oh, this rules. And then when we talked about the rescue
Yeah.
action, I was
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, that makes sense. It's
Yeah.
like, yeah, he doesn't know how to fight. He's all heart.
It's funny, even
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Police Story, Dragon Lord, he fights like that because he can't fight. In Police Story, he fights like that because he can fight.
Yeah,
It's almost the
Yeah.
same
Yeah.
style,
because he's
right?
being
So it's
overwhelmed by the numbers.
yeah,
That's
you're just over,
yeah,
you're a really good fighter, and so you just move like that anyway.
right. Yeah, yeah.
All right,
Great
my number
choice.
one is Prodigal Son,
Classic.
Yeah.
as you
Samo.
would
Samo.
probably
Yep.
guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
If I had to
Fucking
pick a
love.
Samo movie, it was going to be Prodigal Son,
God, so good.
just because of the Wing Chun, and nobody can choreograph Wing Chun like that.
This is the best Wing Chun movie. Well, this is a rhetorical because you literally
Yeah.
just said it was your number one, but I guess it's. I guess I'll ask Jay. Is it the best Wing Chun movie of all time? Uh,
Yeah, I mean, like other Wing Chun movies, like at least
Ip
Warriors
Man.
Two,
Hitmon, using
Ip
it. I don't.
Man.
It might be
Uh,
because I don't see that many.
what else
There's not
is
many that are
there?
memorable except for that
Oh, there's The
and Ivan.
Master.
The
Yeah,
Master,
The
but that was
I haven't
Master.
seen
like
that one. Yeah,
the wait. There's other one with
There's the Man of Tai Chi. No, that's not Wing Chun. There's the Wing Chun movie with Donnie Yen.
with
Literally Wing
Michelle
Chun.
Yeoh, right?
Yeah.
That one, yeah.
what was
Um,
That
that?
one's all right.
I don't remember that one.
No,
right.
Prodigal Son's the best. Was what we're saying.
Yeah,
This consensus. I
yeah,
think Prodigal Son's the best. Yeah. Lam Ching Ying, his biggest role ever, right? And he's just
Yeah.
amazing in it.
Yeah.
And my favorite screenwriter of all time, Yoon Bu, in the lead.
yeah,
Finally, this man shies away from his greatness, which is kind of what I love about him. I won't lie. I think if he was in more
yeah.
things, maybe he wouldn't be. I still love him. No, who am I kidding? But but yeah, he fantastic. Great picks. Jay, your top five.
So my top five has been all five of them has been said in
Sweet.
here. So it
Yeah.
would be Dragons Forever, because like just that brawl in the end and in that factory, and then all those moments is like, especially like them wrecking on two levels, and and that
Yeah.
that crazy like taco that homeboy did, after getting doing the splits and getting up
Yeah.
kicked by Yun Biao, like all those
Yeah.
nasty wrecks,
You
man.
jumping
And
through the
also just
glass and
yes, and then their combos, their choreography, it's like one. It's just so Jackie Chan, so the trio,
I was
they
gonna
they
ask, do we
showcase all
know
their
who
skills.
do we know who was did Samu do all the choreo for that or was it
I,
I assume there was collabs obviously, but who
Yeah,
gets
Eric,
the
for
credit?
sure.
Is it
I'm sure
Samo?
everybody was in on it. Like,
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
yeah,
because it's like Samo's whole crew at that point was just like rock stars. And
Yeah,
yeah,
it's an all-star
um,
team of a
you
movie,
have
but
Yunhua, Meng Hui, um,
yeah.
who's the guy that's like never on camera? Oh,
Uh,
he did Dragons Forever with them. Anyway, I'll come to Billy Chan Woonai.
but yeah,
Um,
Billy Chan, yeah, yeah,
Billy Chan.
yeah. You guys know more than I do.
yeah, yeah. Eric brought up
Yeah,
Billy Chan in that
yeah.
other movie. I forget, like an early Samo movie, I think, where
Yeah, Billy Chan kind of came in around, I think it was Carry On, or
Karen
maybe
Pickpocket.
it might have been then, or maybe it was Al versus
Carry on
Bumbo.
pickpocket.
But at any
I
rate,
was Bumbo. Okay.
my theory is that Billy Chan introduced the the idea that like you can use the camera for choreo and use editing for in your
Hmm.
choreo. That's my theory about Billy Chan. So like that's just like a rock star team.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't even know, like, who knows what Jackie even does in that situation because Jackie's style is so opposite of all of that,
But
right?
Yeah,
but then
hmm,
the thing like the boat fight feels like a Jackie group fight, you know?
yeah, and it's
That's
just him.
interesting.
Yeah,
That's
It's just
interesting.
him
yeah,
running through
Him
everyone in
getting away
Digway.
from people. Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because right, he's not like sammoing through people like you talked
Right.
about.
Yeah, maybe
He's
Samuel's
No, he's
like,
doing the
clean
"Hey,
rescue action.
you run
rescue. Yeah,
away. I have them try and kill you. You run
yeah.
away.
You run around the boat and
Yeah.
Do
then
it Jackie style. Run away. Go ahead. Maybe they're
yeah.
on. Maybe they're.
But at the end, he does scare a guy to jumping off. Right, that feels more like
Mm.
a
He
Sammo
did,
type
yeah,
thing.
at
Yeah,
one point,
typo. Yeah,
yeah.
at the end.
Hmm.
Yeah. So that's uh yeah,
They're
All right,
very
very
Jay.
good,
So
good.
yeah.
so your
Number
number
five.
five is Dragons.
Yeah,
Dragons Forever. And then City of Violence, of course, and I already talked about it a little bit.
yeah.
Flashpoint, of course, and
Hell yeah.
oh, we all know why.
We
And
all
then
know why.
Drunken Master, yeah, Drunken Master 2, of course, because things we talk about, and then Police Story, because we already talked about. Yeah, so a lot of
Beautiful.
these,
Yeah, we
they
do have the same top
influenced
two. Yeah.
us, yeah.
Yeah.
And then influenced the way I shoot action and also choreograph action as well.
It's
Yeah.
kind of not crazy that like all of Jay's five were mixed between me and Eric's. It makes a lot of
Yeah.
sense.
This is called an
Um,
echo chamber, guys.
yeah.
Yeah,
Hey, listen though, it's the shared language, you know.
Yeah.
it
I
is. Yeah.
I find it interesting that nobody picked Wheels on Meals, and
Hmm.
okay, everyone kind of agrees that it has one of the best fights ever,
That would be
but
one of the best fight
Yes.
scenes of all time
but
for sure.
people
That'd be
don't
on my
love the
top
Mhm.
10.
movie. It seems
Right.
like, which is weird because I like that movie. I mean, it's
Mm.
a little quaint. Sure, it's a little quaint, but I think it's a little nice little movie. You gotta save the girl who's the princess or whatever. I don't know. But no one really talks
Well,
about the
it's all
movie
about
as much.
moments. It's all
Right.
about moments because, like, I remember moments, and that's the thing I learned about in pro wrestling. Like, I remember a veteran pro wrestler. I think it was one of the older veterans. They were saying, what do people remember? Do people remember like the sequence of moves, the moves? No, they remember moments in between the moves. They remember big
Yeah.
moments, and like a lot of the stuff I remember in wrestling, in pro wrestling, are counters to finishers or counters to moves. I'm like, oh, I
Yes.
remember Shelton Benjamin getting super kicked
Out of the
by
air.
Shawn Michaels after he did the springboard, and they got the timing correct. I'm
Yeah.
like, those are moments you remember. So it's like all about moments, moments, moments. And then like with Dragons Forever, the moments I remember were like shit where people are going through are wrecking. And then with Flashpoint, the moment I remember was the German suplex to the table.
Right.
Drunken Master 2, there's a lot of really fun moments, and
Yeah.
that's what it all memorable moments. So now I try to choreograph with moments in mind, especially
Yeah.
counter moves. Counter
Right.
moves are like, especially like clever ones, they get remembered a lot more because I remember
Agreed.
like again going back to pro wrestling when Ricochet does his springboard moonsault and then Adam Cole like super
Kicks him out of
kicks
the
him or
air.
side kicks him in the air
In
in
real
his head,
time. Yeah.
perfectly targeted, perfectly placed, both are safe. I'm like,
Yeah. I
dude,
mean,
those moments you remember. The rest of the match, I don't remember. I don't remember why they're fighting.
when I think about
Yeah,
Jay fighting Leroy in that movie that keep Leroy to be put him back up for all that matters, I think about the
yeah.
moment in between the fight where you're up against the tree,
I'm like
your
this,
hands up
doing
like
the Donnie
Donnie,
Yen.
and Leroy's
Yeah.
like aggroing you. And when I think about Derek
Hmm.
fighting, oh sorry, Eric fighting Dennis in Contour, I think about Eric. I mean, I think about Dennis' kicks, which are fucking amazing, but I also think about Eric
Yeah.
like on the floor just getting washed. And then like but then I think about his big comeback where he just like the tie thing and then he's like and then he's gonna come after
Yeah.
it. So it's like
Moments, man. Yeah.
yeah, and it's like I love like all the stuff in between the moves also.
Hmm.
When I think about the knife fight that we talked about that people loved on Instagram I was talking about.
Yeah. But like Eric,
It's
you
like
have a
all
lot
of
of charisma when you fight. You
yeah,
because
yeah,
like
yeah.
the way you move, the way you hold those moments, or the way you idle,
Idol,
it's
yeah.
just so it's so distinctive and unique. And
Yeah.
that's also again what I picked up from you and your movement language and like Donnie Yen, like the way he's like relaxed when he fights. Like I see a lot of like newer stunt people, at open gyms. They're just tight,
Yeah.
there's no care. They're just doing their fights, right?
Yeah.
But me, I'm just like, okay, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna shoulder roll like my favorite boxers or like Jackie Chan. I try to pick a movement, a style of movement, or like an animal or like a character that I could just you know create so that I'm not just like this, a generic dude,
Right.
just doing my
Yeah.
punches and kicks. I'm fighting
Yeah.
Thanks.
moments.
I got that
Yeah.
from sparring because we would, at Dennis's school, there'd be open sparring. And we'd
Yeah.
do sparring on Sundays too. And like randos would walk in. I talk about it in the book.
Yeah. I
There
just
was this
read.
there was this Wing Chun dude that came in to Dennis's school, and he was really annoying. Like he would pop people in the face, and nobody really knew like what to do with him. And Ray was like, Eric, go go fight that guy. And I just started like whooping on him, and but I noticed that when I was doing it, like my whole thing changed, right? Like my whole deal So I kind of just went in, closed the gap, and I could like toss him, and I got a kick in
Yeah.
there every once in, but like that when it comes to like your idle pose, if you spar, you you don't have an idle pose when you're
No, no.
sparring because every situation is going to be different and you're never here. It's just you're never
Hmm.
here until you're like in the clinch and that's it and it's going to last for a few seconds. Then you want to get out. You don't want to stay
Yeah,
there. It's tiring, man.
yeah.
That was
And
exhausting.
so that's kind of like what I took from sparring is that there is no idle stance. In fact, that's what Scott said in his interview, which is that the thing that the style
Yeah.
he came up with Boyka was no posing, right?
Oh, it's true.
Like
Boyka
no
Yeah,
doesn't
that
idle,
makes sense.
pose.
Yeah,
no
yeah,
no
yeah, yeah.
idle
Makes
posing,
sense.
none of
Yeah.
this.
That's true. He doesn't. That's a great
Yeah,
point.
so like that was kind of his, character vision for that, which I thought was really genius.
Yeah. Boyka's
And,
very comic
yeah.
book character, interestingly,
Mhm.
but he doesn't pose.
No.
That's
Yeah, he
true.
doesn't. And
The
it's funny because like
anti-Japanese.
yeah. And then when I do my movements on screen or something like or when I'm on an audition for a live show audition and then they have us do like their beats of fights, like I can see people going like this, right? Me, I'm the first thing I do is I bounce up. I bounce a little bit, get relaxed, and then I just know, I just like trust my internal training and everything.
Yeah.
So I'm super relaxed, and my partner or the other people who are auditioning, they're just like really tight. And I'm bouncing up and down. I'm like, okay, now we're going. And then I can stay relaxed and then do the choreo that was asked of me.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's really important to be relaxed and just have and to be different, with the character movements. And I learned a lot of this as well, Eric. When I started in theater, and this is all coming together. I took classes in mime, clowning,
Yeah.
and in one of my acting classes, we learned the Suzuki method, which is about like movement and how it informs the character and the space you're in. So then, like
Cool.
thinking about that, miming, clowning, and just carrying these characters and these specific movements, and then learning from you, Eric, and reading your book and the things you taught me, I'm like, oh, it's coming together. That's why I picked up the motion capture stuff fast because of my theater training, my mime training, my movement training with the Suzuki method and all that stuff. Like I understand what you were teaching me when we were doing God of War and Midnight Fight Express because I used that training from theater, the movement training from theater, to help me build upon what you were teaching me and thus building the language that I speak now.
Right on, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also want to just say, speak. I think about and that's point of Flashpoint
Yeah.
where Donnie starts throwing the Colin Chow around. He starts using
Yeah.
judo, and then Colin Chow's like he scrambles on the ground, looks up, and Donnie's just there, just doing his little
Yeah.
fucking dance
Yeah.
thing. That's
Yeah.
just so iconic to me.
Yeah.
And Colin Chow's furious. He's like, "This motherfucker just threw me through three things of wood."
Yeah. Yeah.
So many people tried to emulate that too.
I know
When Donnie
it's
did that, it was just like one of the greatest
Yep.
moments.
okay. I have a question slash complaint slash whatever. Why did Donnie never make anything as good as Flashpoint again? What happened? He made Flashpoint, it's the best thing ever, and I'm like, well,
I
there's
don't
gonna be like three of
know.
these now, right? And then like Special ID is not that. That other movie he
Yeah, I was like
made,
looking forward to
like
it too, and I'm
like
like, he didn't do any of that
the
stuff.
other cop movie he made was with Nicholas C was like fine, but like
That's
what
fine.
Yeah, I
happened?
thought
He
it was
still can
that was
move. It's
good.
not that he's like he can't
Yeah.
move anymore. He's doing John Wick's now or whatever. So I don't know what
Is he
happened.
trying to
Was
like?
Flashpoint just the perfect storm, or what
I don't know.
happened
Was he
there?
trying to innovate? Because he's an innovator. He's been innovating since
Right?
the '80s, you know. So maybe
Yeah.
he's trying new things. But
It
like, I
just
wish he stuck with that concept and further developed it. But like, it looks like he's just trying to develop new things and being an innovator, which is great because there's more things we could learn
yeah.
from him.
It's just sad that we didn't get like.
Yeah,
I
I
I think
know.
everyone thought Special ID was gonna be Flashpoint too, and it just
Yeah.
wasn't. So I don't know, but that's my one complaint. Do we want
Wait,
to
what
do
do you
favorite?
think, Eric?
Oh,
Uh,
sorry. Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
there's that one fight in Special ID that I kind of like, just because it's got good character. But in terms of like making one of the best fights ever, like nothing has really beaten Flashpoint. Even like both of
Mhm.
the fights in Flashpoint, and there are more than just the two, but the main two, like
Yeah.
both of them to me just like stand out. Like
Yeah.
whenever I want to show people like the thing, that's the fight. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
um, I don't know, like it takes, I guess it's just like that perfect moment of genius. Like you said, it might have been that perfect storm. There's a team
Hmm.
element there. I don't know what his team composition was like as he moved forward.
Yeah.
Um, I know that, there were some important people like John Salviti on Flashpoint. Um,
That
and
might have.
sometimes,
Yeah,
having just like a little bit of salt, you know, like triggers
yeah.
things.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And,
Yeah. Because he still went through the MMA stuff, obviously, but it's like the SPL knife fight to the Flashpoint stuff. I see that progression. That all makes sense. And then it just kind of like his other stuff is,
Peter.
it's good. It's fine. It's not that though. It's
Yeah.
not S tier. So,
no.
um, do we want to move to choreographers?
Sure.
All right, this one's interesting. I just looked. It was funny. I made this list like a week
Yeah.
ago, and I'm just now looking at it. It's well, I'll go first just because. Uh, all right.
Yeah. Good.
Again, this is completely honest. My top five. My number five, Vlad Rimberg. I love Vlad stuff. Vlad stuff
Especially
is
his modern
awesome.
Cool.
stuff.
His
Cool.
stuff,
Yeah.
like he
Modern.
has Hong Kong movement, Tony Jaa style impact.
And
It's
Korean
great.
Korean
Korean,
rhythm. Yeah.
yeah, and Korean
Yeah, rhythm rhythm.
character. I would
Character.
say
Yeah, yeah, yeah. A
too.
lot of yelling, a lot
Yeah.
of ah.
A lot of
Yeah.
big stuff. His fights are very comic book. I would say. I could see
Yeah.
the splash page
Hmm.
when like Brendan Huar, Mickey Facinello, whoever is just like
Yeah.
hitting somebody. Like I very visceral. Love Vlad stuff.
Especially with his camera movement and his
Yeah, that's like a
speed
Yes.
huge
rapping.
part of his signature
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. And he's
Yeah.
like everybody wants to. It seems like everybody wants to work with him, right?
Well,
Everyone in
a
the
lot of
community.
people like the generation below us are influenced by him because I see
Yeah.
like the newer guys' stuff, and I'm like, oh, that was like a Vlad Rimberg style
Yeah.
move. Like you even have the letter boxing really tight, and then the slow mo camera movement, the slow camera
Yes.
movements on the characters close up, and then the
Yeah.
big fights, and then the rotation of the camera. Like a lot of that, I'm like, oh, that looks like a Vlad Rimberg movie, you know.
Yes. I will
So
even
he's
say
definitely influencing a generation below us now,
100%.
for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
I'll even say to Vlad, if you ever watch or listen to this, that I've literally used okay, specifically men in suits, that short. I've like used those character designs when I've run
Hmm.
tabletop games for my
Nice.
characters
Like
because
Mickey.
though it's like Vlad has such a way of like a comic book. I know who these characters are with no dialogue.
Yeah.
They're just their
Yeah.
outfit and how they fight. That's a full character
Oh, and
design.
that's
They don't have to say
and that's
anything.
another thing. Yeah, and that's another thing I should have brought up. But remember Marty Skrull, he talked about in his interview like the reason he came up with his like
The
entrance
villain,
outfit.
yeah,
Yeah, the villain and the entrance outfit with the what do you call it,
the crow's
the
mask,
doctor.
the
Yeah,
plague doctor mask,
play
yeah,
play Doctor Mask. He said because Matt Groening in The Simpsons, he said like you create a silhouette, people remember that. So then like if you like take a character, you black them out, and you could tell the Simpsons character, even though it's a blacked out, just because of the way they look, they're drawn, or their
yeah,
the costumes they wear. So then he took that and is like, oh, I'm gonna do the Dr. Plague Mask because if someone like makes a silhouette of me, they're gonna know it's Marty Skrull because of the
right,
Plague Doctor Mask. And I
and
try
the
to do that
wings,
within, yeah, exactly. And I try to do that now with like my movements too. Like if you saw my last show at SeaWorld, like my live show at SeaWorld that I did in the summer, I created a lot of different like silhouettes in my movements. And I also have to play big because I'm in an arena of like 1,500 people. But I
right,
also try to make those silhouettes look cool because when I pause the video, it looks like a cool move. And my coat, my blue coat is like waving. It looks really artistic and cool while I'm doing this movement with my sword. Because I pause the shot, I'm like, oh man, that's a cool silhouette.
Jay
So now
plays
I
a
try to
pirate
emphasize,
for the
yeah, pirate.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm like
yeah,
a
pirate
pirate
captain,
in
yeah,
SeaWorld. Yeah, only in the summers. But anyways, but like pausing those moments, I'm like, okay, I can make that silhouette. So next time when I do this, when I do the show in the 7 o'clock show, I'm gonna make this really cooler silhouette, film it, see what it looks like.
yeah,
When I'm
yeah,
doing my fencing with my foil. So it's like that's another thing that makes a character stand out, makes people memorable. It's not just like the moments, it's also like the characters, the design, the look,
the
and also like when Vlad or Eric makes these movies and they have like so Law in Contour, he wears this like a open button shirt. I'm like, oh,
yeah,
that's Law. That's that's a distinctive look. And then that's again like costume design is important. Like when I did
yep,
the Bullet Butterfly Wings, the Cowgirl Ninjas, they all wore like Zorro masks, but I also
right,
like dressed like cowgirl, without the hat. So
yes.
and they're distinctive looking, right? So
Iconography,
and,
yeah. When
and
I think about them,
yeah,
yeah, I think about that.
yes. So that's
And
really
when I think
important
about
that
Jake
I.
Wuerto, I think about him coming down with a Superman punch on his left hand.
Oh
Out
yeah,
of
the signature
that
moves also.
shot,
That's another
yeah,
thing.
yeah. I think about
Yeah,
that
signature moves is
silhouette.
another thing.
Yeah,
Yep. Try to make
yeah.
those silhouettes look nice.
100%, yeah.
Yeah. Sorry,
Glad
it went another tangent.
no, it's good. That's why again, like, the lists
Yeah.
are good to sprout these discussions
Yeah.
up. I feel like so. Speaking of Vlad Negro, my number 4 is Eric Jacobus.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I gotta be honest. When I really look at the body of like people whose work I've consumed and enjoyed the most, right? Like, look, I was on the
Yeah.
SP forums. I've watched everything Eric's put out, and it's awesome. I love Eric's
Well,
stuff.
a lot of us
Um,
drew from Eric. A lot of us drew
yeah,
from Eric. Like I could tell you honestly, I drew a lot from Eric. When I saw his stuff, I'm like, I want to be that guy. I'm like, this guy's kind of like me, but like, damn, what he's doing like cooler moves. I'm like, I try to like copy your moves, Eric, or your combinations and stuff. So that's
I
how I
mean,
learned just
e- e-
watching you a
Nice.
lot.
even the lesser like known stuff like
Yeah.
Detective Story, the fight you have with Ed in there is like so fast and cool, and I've
Yeah.
watched that so
Yeah.
many times. That little sequence in the house, uh, yeah, and I mean obviously all the stuff with Dennis is just
Oh,
like
so good.
I'll be
Yeah.
Thanks.
All the
iconic,
rope a
just
dope.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All rope a dope.
Um,
So fucking good.
and yeah, I mean, I just gotta be, I just gotta be honest. I just enjoy Eric's work a lot. Not just here because he's here, but he is here. That's why I laughed when I pulled up the list. I'd forgotten that I put Eric on here. So, but obviously it's how it's legit. So, um, my
Thank
number
you.
3, I put Jackie Chan, and then in comma stunt team because we talked about like Angry Ranger
Yeah.
when I had
Yeah.
Eric on last time. So I'm like
Yeah.
Jackie plus like Brad James Allen, give him like plus everybody who worked for him. They all the stuff they did. Uh,
Yeah. Yeah.
and then my top 2 are I think pretty. It's Yuen Wu Ping and Sammo Hung. I think it's pretty obvious because just from when I talked to Eric about it last time, those were the 2 names we talked about a lot.
You
All
can't
very
do
similar.
both. You have to pick
Yeah,
one. Throw one of them out.
I picked no. Sam was my number 1. I'm taking
Okay.
Sam. No, I agree
Oh
with
no,
you,
number
Eric.
two is Yumo Ping. Yumo Ping
My
is
number
number
2 is
two.
Yuen Wu
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Ping.
Gotcha.
Number 1, Sammo.
Yeah.
I just agree with you there. I just think Sammo's the
Yeah.
best. But I love you. We just did Fist of Legend on the I did it with my co-host yesterday.
With
God, time
Katie.
is a
Yeah.
yesterday, and it's Fist of Legends the tops. It's so good. Um, but like you said, Prodigal Son though, like for everything Yunu Ping did, Samuel's got like a couple of counters. Like all
Yeah. Yeah.
we were just talking about Driving Forever, Wheels on Meals,
Yeah.
uh, um, the Ip Man's like he came back
Yeah.
in the modern day with Ip Man's. I know Ip
Yeah.
Man's like 15 years old, but you know what I mean, like modern day. Uh, and then when Eric brought up that Yunu Payne did Ip Man 3 and 4, which are not as good, that's kind of like a checkmate. I don't know. It's
Yeah.
kind of hard to.
That's
They have the same
that's all she wrote right there,
series,
man.
and 2 of them are clearly better than the other 2. So I just feel like that's listen. No, obviously no disrespect to the great Yun Ping. I mean, The Matrix, my
Of
favorite
course
movie
not.
ever. Kill
Yeah.
Bills. And like I said, we saw what happened
Yeah.
in the 4th Matrix when they didn't have Yun Ping.
Yeah, and like
Yikes.
look what he did with Donnie. I mean, like he did
Yes.
incredible stuff with Donnie,
Yeah.
Um,
So obviously
yeah.
that's why he's my number
No
2
way to
though.
knock that guy.
Yeah, no. The legacy of legacies. He's just not Sammo though.
It's
He's
not
just
Sam.
not Sammo,
Yeah.
who is the GOAT. I'll switch it around this. I'll go to Jay this time. Jay, who'd you be your big 5?
Okay. 5. Yun Wu Ping.
Nice.
Yeah, classic. I love his flowy choreography.
And you don't like old
I
school
just
stuff as
enjoy it.
much. You probably
And I
like
don't
it.
like old school stuff.
You
Yeah.
probably like it
I
less than
don't
me
like.
and Eric, even. I would say.
Oh yeah, yeah,
For
yeah.
sure.
I'm not into like the 70s or the style of 2 beat. It's
Yeah.
not for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not like a Snake
Not
Eagle
just
Shadow
because I
fan.
can't do it. It's just it doesn't appeal. It doesn't appeal much to me. Like
Yeah.
where's the like for me it's like where's the danger? Where
Mhm.
like they're just pausing. Okay, there's an open shot right there.
It's
I like,
calligraphy,
Yeah.
Jay. It's calligraphy. You have to think of it in terms of calligraphy.
It is kind of. It's true.
Martial
Yeah.
I'm gonna frame
calligraphy.
it that way. Yeah, martial
Yeah.
calligraphy. Yeah, okay, I'll frame it that
Yeah.
way. But I do
It's-
admit they have like really cool moves. It's just the patterns are cool, but like it's just the rhythm. It's not for me. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fair.
Yeah. but
But
like
you
the
still
way
put him
Yud
fifth. That's
Woo-ping
how
frames it,
that's how I
yeah, that's how
think of
good he
him.
is, and he's like a legend.
Yeah,
Like he he did a lot of stuff that changed like action cinema.
yeah,
Fourth would be Jung Do Hong because he's just he
yeah.
seems like the authority for like the Korean style. Like a lot of the stuff that I reference is his works. Even that commercial that he did with what's his name that
Yeah,
uh,
with
what's his name, the Japanese dude, he's the son of
yeah,
Kane
King
Kazugi.
Kasugi.
Yeah,
Thank
Ken
you.
Kasugi.
Yes.
Ken
Yeah,
Kasugi.
Yeah, when he
Yeah.
did like because like Kane
yeah,
Kazugi, like he learned a new language, which is the Korean style, and then watching him do that in a oneer, the Korean oneer,
yeah,
it's just like the way he's throwing his kicks and stuff, they're dirty, like he's
yeah.
not landing perfectly on his feet. He's just like doing a flying kick, getting up, and then again rescue action. He's rescue style because he's running away, but he's like taking shots at people, but they're not clean. They're just like one punch
King
down. Okay,
Kasugi's
I'm
a
gonna
freak
roll.
for
He is
for
a
for
freak, yeah.
like because
Yeah.
he's done American style, Hong Kong
Hmm.
style, Japanese style, Korean style, and Thai style with that awful Tekken movie,
I was,
Yes. The
oh,
Tekken
he's
movie.
in tech. Oh,
The
Tekken
okay.
2
second one,
movie,
right? It was
the second
it was
one.
the second one. The
Yikes.
Yeah,
second one
but
with Latif. With
he's
Latif.
done it all.
That's cool though. That's
Yeah.
so cool they
So
And
did
he
that.
has the language. He has the
totally,
vocabulary for it. Yeah.
yeah, he's not
Oh,
many
for
people can do that.
also for the
Hmm. Do
listeners,
like yeah.
Wonder means like a long take
Mhm.
because I know it's like a long
Yeah.
take fight where they don't cut in between the
Yeah.
action. That's like in the one in the Protector in our earlier episode.
The most
Listen to
famous
that.
one. Yeah.
Yeah, the most famous one. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's just that one. You know,
It's like
Yeah.
that
fight
one. And then what
full
else? Old Boy,
building.
Daredevil. Those are the
Oh
three
boy,
that
and
were.
yeah,
Yeah.
Daredevil is up there now. That's true. I think people know about that
Yeah.
one. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. Go ahead, Jay. Yeah, number
Okay. So
4.
Samo, of
Oh
course.
no,
Like
yeah. John Boo
yeah.
4, Samo 3.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
very technical and he has like a lot of knowledge. Jackie Chan, because of his rescue action, I always love again, like Mars saying calling it rescue action. I'm like, that's a cool name for
it's a
that
great
style
name.
because we couldn't, yeah, because we couldn't like there was no definition for it,
Yeah.
because he was just like running away, kind of pot shotting other guys using the environment to help him escape or to distract the guy or like knock down a guy. So it makes complete sense to me, and I always thought those fights were really fun and clever. And again, moments, a lot of cool moments. Like when I watched Rumble in the Bronx, I could identify like 10 different moments just because they were so like
The
memorable.
hockey stick,
And the
the
hockey
fridge.
stick, the bottles, the fridge, the
Yeah.
pinball machine, the oh my god, I could name so many,
Yeah.
in that one movie alone, just because
Yeah.
like moment after moment after moment, and I remember those, not the moves, not the combinations in between, but those like fun, clever moments. And then first Donnie Yen, just because again he's as technical as Sammo Hung, but like he uses more of a modern approach, and then uses like a lot of the modern martial arts styles that
Yeah.
that it's prevalent in MMA, like more of the I guess more of the quote unquote effective styles. Like he's developing that more and more, but also still holding on to the Hong Kong language and the rhythm,
He
the
feels
style,
the
the
most
rhythm he does.
modern. I'll
Yeah,
still
he does
say,
feel the most
even if his
modern.
stuff doesn't always hit as high as Flashpoint,
Yeah,
his stuff still feels like he's the most all around like modern choreographer out there. Because like the Raiden stuff feels very like in its own lane.
yeah, it
Still
does, it does.
like it's a
Yeah,
cultural
with a
thing.
Silat. Yeah,
Yeah, the Sealot stuff. Is it Sealot or Silat? Because I've
I don't know. I heard Silat.
okay.
That's the one I heard the most. So
Yeah,
that's the one I'm
I'll say
assuming the
Sealot then.
pronunciation is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So, but yeah, I would agree that Donnie's stuff feels very
yeah.
uh yeah like it's
Modern. Yeah.
yeah like of the time today, which is
Because
today.
like he's using modern, quote unquote, modern moves.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Kenji
but making it
described it as
cinematic.
him. Yeah, he's always trying to get he like in Flashpoint, he was trying to find the pose, which was sprawl. Sprawl was in the end fight. The first
Mm-hmm,
fight's the
mm-hmm,
suplex, the second one's the sprawl.
Yeah,
And he can just like, he's able to he's like a fashion designer for movements, like he can just make
yes.
that one movement and just milk it and make it look super cool, and then everybody will copy it.
Yeah,
yeah,
and everybody has because like
Everybody has.
no one's ever seen a sprawl in a
Yeah.
well, not that we know of, but like before then we didn't see that as
Not
a
like
defensive
that. It
yeah,
was
move.
in
Yeah,
thousands of movies before then, but nobody
yeah,
cared. But he's a fashion designer. He's able to make you care about it.
yeah.
right. Okay, yeah. I
Also,
agree.
this
Yeah,
this like
Yeah.
the full
the guard.
block, the full
Yeah. Yeah.
double.
Yeah.
hands up block thing was like,
Yeah,
Which is not wrong, but like he emphasized it like in a way cinematically, because usually
totally.
you would have your hands and your arms up to like touching you, not
yeah,
out here,
yeah,
right? Because it's
yeah,
effective. Because if you hit, boom, you're hitting yourself.
right,
So that's why they have to go like they have to do this when they guard.
yeah.
So that's why
But
he
he
was
made
he
the
was emphasizing that, but he made it out
but he
here
made it
instead.
look cool. Was that's the
Yeah, he
crazy thing to
did.
me. He made
Yeah,
guarding look cool,
Yeah.
yeah.
and it's
And
such
kind
a
of
weird
Jackie
thing
Chan
to say.
before, yeah. Well, like kind of Jackie
Yeah,
Chan did a similar before, because I noticed like especially in Police Story, like the way he likes to block it left or right, like hooks or whatever. This
yeah, you're
and which
right.
is
Jackie
correct.
had really cool blocks too. That's actually very
Yeah, he
true.
would do
The
that. He would do
police
a
story
correct
block
block.
like this,
Yeah,
yeah,
and that's correct.
that
Yeah.
is
That's dope.
cool as it
Mhm.
looks cool as hell. It just
Yeah.
looks
Right.
boom, boom, going like
Instead of like the
that.
outward,
It's
karate
super
blocks with it.
dangerous
Yeah.
looking, right?
It
Yeah,
is,
Yeah.
yes. And
yeah,
that's the thing. That's what we're trying to emphasize. Like
Yeah.
nowadays, like people are starting to like emphasize. So where's the danger? We
Yeah.
gotta, emphasize
yeah.
that danger for the audience.
It's awesome.
Mhm.
Eric, your top
All right.
five.
So, my number five, I was really torn between either Bob Anderson with Star Wars or William Hobbs, who did The
Ah.
Duelists, Rob Roy, Three Musketeers.
Ooh,
I love swashbuckling and sword and fencing choreo. I
Oh
just
my god, I
love
should
it.
have thought of that.
I think Rob Roy to this day is
yeah,
like to make a movie, to make an action scene like that finale is incredibly hard, you know. Liam Neeson pulled it off. And I think
And
that
Tim
that's just like
Robbins.
genius.
Tim,
Yeah, yeah,
oh, Tim
exactly.
Tim Roth. Tim Roth. Yeah,
Tim
Tim
Roth.
Roth.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tim Roth.
Yeah,
Just being able to bring that kind of danger to an action scene is like so refreshing. And The Duelists too have never the Ridley Scott movie from
yeah.
1977.
If you
Harvey
guys have not
Keitel,
seen
right?
this movie, I
Yeah,
highly recommend The Duelist. It's
Yeah.
based on a real story, and it's
yeah.
wild. Also, look up the real story. The real story's
It is
nuts.
wild. But
Go
like
Yeah.
the
Do you know
also
fight
the
is
watch
just
true
like a
that.
story?
one hit, and like that's how they dueled. That's how they fence, because like that foil of the rapier,
Yeah.
like the
The
the the, the killing point is the tip of that
Yeah,
yeah.
sword.
The
So
Duelists is like the odd couple. In fact, there is a Sammo Hung movie called The Odd Couple, which is very similar,
mhm.
which is like the same two people fighting for their entire lives, basically.
Yeah.
And that's what
yes,
The Duelist is.
yeah.
My number four is Bruce Lee, because he was able to, he completely changed action cinema. I gotta give him
That's
credit
Mhm.
for that.
Oh
no,
yeah.
come on, he's overrated. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, get out of here.
Yeah.
No, yeah,
And
that's
I think he
fair.
had a
Yeah.
command of where to put the camera.
Mhm.
Hmm.
And we
He
still
knew how to pose
use,
for the camera.
yeah, and we still
Yeah.
use the exact same stuff that he came up with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't really like kick, you can't really film kicks any differently than he did.
Hmm.
Samuel literally does the Bruce Lee Chuck Norris Wing Chun sequence in the Fighting Dragon
Skin,
Skinny Tiger.
skinny fatty. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, Skinny Fatty. Yeah,
Skinny Tiger,
the cop
Fat
movie where
Dragon.
it's him
Yeah.
and the bald dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, he literally does that
Yeah.
sequence. Also, I think he does a sequence against Cynthia Rothrock that I think was a well,
Yeah, it's kind of like
maybe
that
that's just an
Millionaires Express.
impression,
Yeah.
but
Mhm.
yeah, Millionaires
Yeah.
Express. So
Yeah.
yeah, no, Bruce Lee's the. I mean, obviously we all love Samuel here, so I mean, you gotta kind of gotta give Bruce some props there, if not for
Yeah, he
everything else.
changed
So
everything. He
Yeah.
changed
yeah,
everything.
changed everything. So
Um, my number three, this is gonna kind of come out of left field, but it's Sonny Chiba because
that's
uh,
awesome,
I,
though.
I love how
Yeah.
he took Bruce Lee's style and made it Japanese. I just think that that's so dope.
You're
Yeah,
right. You're
yeah,
right. You're
You know what I
right.
mean? Like
Yeah.
100%.
he took
Yeah,
the kind of Bruce Lee, kind of
You're
James
right.
Bond character almost.
yeah,
He like combined Bruce Lee with James Bond and put it in the like Japanese Toei
Yeah.
cinemascope,
yeah.
and you just knew how to do it. And he choreographed the Street Fighter. I think the Street Fighter is an all-time classic,
Yes,
and
100%.
he just he's a freak. I
Yeah.
love his action.
Yeah.
He also did a really good samurai film called not Shogun's Ninja. I think it's called Shogun's Shadow.
Mm,
It's not the one with Hiroyuki Sanada.
Oh, I never seen
okay.
It's
it.
one. It's a
Huh.
sword film, and there's a fight at the end that's just fantastic.
So
I've
this
not
was in
seen
the
that.
so this was in the late 80s, early 90s when Hiroki Sanada was still in his action team.
Sanada was in his action team in the early '80s.
80s, okay. And that movie
Yeah.
came out
So
like
the
right
movie
before
I'm
that?
talking about is not a Sanada film.
So it's like after?
Uh,
It was after. It was like '98, I
After.
think, when it
Okay.
came
Oh,
out.
like in the late 90s. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
All right. My number two is Lau Galrong because what he does,
Mm-hmm.
I think, is impossible. I think he does the impossible. I can kind of copy Samo.
Yeah.
I can kind of copy Samo. Um, I cannot for the life of me ever copy Lau Galrong. It's just not
Mm.
possible. I don't know what that is. I can copy Jackie, Donnie, but
Hmm.
find anybody who has copied Lau Galrong.
I can't.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I never
Nobody
thought
can
of it
do
that
that.
way, but
None of
Yeah.
our generation have done it
no one
either
really does. No
or
one.
attempted
I
it.
think our
His.
generation looks at that and they just go like, what is this? It's like it's kind of viney. It doesn't
Yeah.
Yeah.
follow the laws of physics. And
But even the best of us that did that style like couldn't get close to
I think
Lakodong.
that
The Young Dragons?
the
The
closest
Young
would
Masters.
be
Oh, Young Master,
Ken
sorry.
Ken Kitagwa with
Oh.
the challenge.
Oh, right.
That is as
Right,
close
right.
as
I
it
Um,
gets,
forgot
I
about
think.
that.
which was
Yes.
I
the
will give
challenge again? Was that the short film he did with the
Yeah, it was like
Mhm.
2011 or something or
Yeah, it was a
2014 or
while
so.
back.
That's
Yeah.
Marshall Club, right? Though
Well, it's
it's Ken
no.
with Marshall Club
So
or no?
Ken with Andy, but
Oh, it's just
it
Andy.
was
Okay.
Ken and
Yeah.
Bao Tran. Bao Tran directed it.
Boucher.
Yeah. It
Okay.
was just a
And
one-on-one.
Ken
It's
and
on
Yeah.
it's
Bao,
on
Ken and
YouTube, by the
Bao,
way, listeners.
yeah,
If you
Yes.
want to
Ken and
check it
Bao were
out.
the Seattle team, and they did some amazing
Hmm.
stuff,
I
incredible. And
remember that.
also, oh, and come on, Paper Tigers is their movie.
Paper
Yeah.
Tigers is great.
It's a great movie.
Yeah.
Um,
I love when my friends like ask me because everyone knows I love. They're like, "Hey, Loss, have you seen Paper Tigers?" I'm like, "Bro, of course I have." And also, sick. I'm
yeah,
glad that you found it.
yeah,
Marshall Club for also the listeners. Everything Everywhere All at Once. They're in that.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
And then Andy was in he played the one of the main ninja in Shang-Chi
yeah,
or or
yes,
whatever, the assassin. Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
yeah. They're great
Um,
too. They're kind
Mhm.
of like 1980 Yun Wo Ping.
Yeah, you're
yeah,
right. That's what I would
When I think
say.
about like
yeah,
1980 Yun Wo Ping, Taoism Drunkard and Shaolin Drunkard, I think of
Yeah.
Martial Club.
And
yeah.
they're so good at that, dude. They're so
Yeah.
fast. They're
Shapes,
so
Um,
baby.
fast.
Fast
Yeah.
shapes. Yeah.
yep. And my number one is Samo. No big surprise there.
No big surprise. It
Yeah.
left you and Wu out of the top five, though. I respect it. You went other, but you picked some other people that I hadn't really thought. Well, I mean, obviously I know Bruce Lee, but I hadn't really thought about Sonny Chiba, or
Yeah, I didn't
the
either, but you're right. I mean, that makes complete sense.
or who was the sword
Yeah.
choreo again? It was
William Hobbs. And again,
yeah,
I wanted to put Bob Anderson because I think the Star Wars fights are so
yeah,
good because they are exactly what they need to be.
And
yeah,
they're character driven.
Yeah, and when I say the
They're
Star
very
Wars fights, for
character
those
driven.
who don't know, like New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi, you know, those fights are not long necessarily. Like they're not like Episode Three's fight. Episode Three's end fight, went over that 2003.
yeah,
Yeah.
That's like a disaster movie fight scene on a raft on a lava bed, which is fun. It's a
I
fun
hate you.
Yeah, it's a fun fight and it lasts for like 35 minutes and it's nonstop choreo. But you watch Bob Anderson. I think my favorite Star Wars fight is New Hope with Obi-Wan versus Darth Vader. I think that's my favorite fight.
Mine is
all
Return of
character,
the
all
Jedi.
character.
Yeah,
That
mine's
one is
Return.
like close second.
Yeah.
And just because it's so damn simple and
Mhm.
like there's no choreo. It's as simple as like Obi-Wan just kind of twisting it here and
Kind of
there and kind
boring.
of like
Yeah.
trying to trash talk Vader and Vader's like trying to trash talk him. And it's all kind of mental. It's almost like Scanners. It's like if Scanners had lightsabers, right? And one of their
Yeah,
heads blows up at the end. That's
yeah,
what it feels like. It's a very mental kind of action scene.
Yeah, and
that's
it
interesting.
resembles it closely resembles real life fencing. There's like economy of movement is just trying to like get that kill
Yeah.
shot and the way they circle their blades around each other and stuff. Yeah,
Mhm.
very very intentional. A lot of intent in there, even though it's very simple.
I also agree with Jay. I think Return of the Jedi's end fight is one
Yeah,
of
It's
the
fantastic.
because there's
more underrated fights.
yeah, and it uses the
Because
same philosophy, the same style as New Hope, but then there's much more extate now that you know that Darth Vader is the father of Luke, so
yeah,
it ramps up um that emotional arc and makes the fight more dramatic. And I love
yeah,
the camera movement in that fight too, especially
it's great.
when they're like
Yes,
they're moving and fighting, and then it's going through like it's up there on the first level, and then the camera's just
A little bit of a
trucking
wonder.
this
Yeah,
way.
it's so nice.
Yeah,
yeah.
and it's going through like foreground objects and stuff like that. And you can see them in the
Yeah,
background
it's
still
perfect. Yeah.
fighting with
It's
lightsabers.
relatively
Oh, that's the
simple
shot I want.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
I,
It
I want to shoot it like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
My
it's like
fights.
relatively simple choreo by
Yeah.
like sure like
Yeah.
Phantom Menace standards or whatever,
Totally.
Hmm.
but the
They even make like
characters all
mistakes.
there.
Like sometimes they don't
Yes.
even like hit properly, and it's they'll
Yeah.
put a sound effect in, and
But
it's
it works
kind
though.
of ugly when you look at it. But as like a whole thing, it just beats yeah, it beats everything.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
even like I like imperfections because when you fight, you're no one's
Yeah.
landing perfectly
Yeah.
or blocking perfectly. It's gonna be imperfect. So I
yes,
like moments like those too.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah,
makes them
completely
more
agreed.
human. It makes them
Yeah,
more human.
for sure, agreed.
Mhm.
Yeah, great picks,
That's why.
everybody.
That's why I try to make like embrace mistakes or embrace like my punch looks bad. I'm like, well, nothing's perfect, so I'll just
Yeah.
keep it because it lands
Yeah.
anyways.
Yeah,
But my other 8 punches are gonna look really good. So why
yeah,
not keep the imperfections? Because everybody's human. We're
yeah,
not superheroes. Yeah.
yeah. I love that. Um, Speaking of not being superheroes, our favorite screen fighters. Who are our favorite people that we like to see throw
Yeah.
the kickies and the
The
punchies and the grabbies and the wooden
grabbies.
guillotines on people? That's only one guy who does that. But
Yeah. Yeah.
let's
Yeah.
um let's switch it up here. I'm gonna go last. Let's have
Okay.
Eric go first, then to Jay,
Yeah.
then to me.
All right. My number five is Arnold Schwarzenegger.
That's so fascinating. I'm not surprised though, hearing you talk about him. Yeah, please go ahead.
Just because when you go from look at just the scope, right?
Yeah.
You go from Conan to Terminator 1 to Commando, Predator, and then Running Man, Total
Yeah.
Recall,
Yeah.
Terminator 2, Last Action Hero, True Lies, and then you get into like End of Days and later stuff there. The to me, like, those are extremely different kinds of body languages, all of those. And just looking at like Terminator 2, my son watched Terminator 2 for the first time, and I
Oh,
was watching
nice.
it and just like watching Arnold the whole time and just watching how his head moved. And there was a part at the when John first realizes that he can control the Terminator, and these guys show up and they're like, "Hey kid, are you okay?" Because John was freaking out a minute ago. The guy says like, "Hey," he gets in Arnold's face, and Arnold takes it as a threat and grabs him, puts him on the car. And the way he pulls his gun and chambers around and is about to kill him, and John pushes his hand out of the way and it fires into the car. It's so efficient, and it looks just like a robot would had done that. And just the way
Mhm.
that the guy moved in Terminator 2, it's like, again, find someone who has done that. I think that the closest would be the guy from Upgrade. There was a
Yes. Yes.
pretty
Yeah.
interesting
Yeah.
android-ish combat in that. But it
Yeah.
Where
didn't
he's like,
really
"Oh
play.
my God, what's going?"
Yeah,
Every movie's like, and he's just,
it didn't
Yes.
"Ah!"
play all the
Yeah.
way through the way I had hoped, but that
Mhm.
was a very good scene.
Yeah.
But like
Hmm.
Arnold does that in every movie,
Right.
right? You look at Terminator 1, he's a robot, right? And then Total Recall, he's like an everyman. How do you go?
Right.
And then like next year he does Terminator 2. To have
Yeah.
that kind of range to me is like pretty incredible.
Impressive.
So,
Yeah. As an
Yeah.
action hero, he has a lot of range. That is
yeah.
very true. He has a
His
lot of
fight
range.
scene in True Lies too, the bathroom fight is like he
Yeah.
fights like a stuntman in that. Like
Yeah.
Yeah. And what's
Underrated
surprising to me,
versatility.
yeah,
Yeah.
and also what's surprising to me is like I saw him throw a roundhouse kick in that movie and
yeah, yeah,
a knife hand chop. I was like,
yeah,
what?
yeah.
And he even talked about that like decades later. He's oh yeah, I used some martial arts in my films because he was like sponsoring
Yeah,
like some karate like
sure.
events. I'm like,
Right.
oh yeah, Total Recall. You threw a roundhouse kick
That's
and it was
right.
not
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
And then Commando, he did some like a few martial arts moves, not big ones, but I'm like, oh okay, there's
He
some,
did a
and that's
chop
just,
in
he
Commando.
did Chop, yes,
Yeah.
and then and also with Slice Stallone, Rambo, he did a leg sweep, a roundhouse, he did some martial arts kicks. I'm like, oh okay, he not
Yeah.
only
In
does a
Rambo.
little boxing, he did some
Yeah.
martial arts moves in Rambo. Yeah, so I thought
All
that was
right.
interesting. Yeah.
My number four is Hiroyuki Sanada.
Mm.
Yes.
Hmm.
Uh, he has got the cleanest kick lines, I think, possible. Like, and he also, so to his credit, he succeeded in doing Japanese films, obviously, and he was
Mhm.
he's a huge star there. But he also did a couple Hong Kong films and like managed to do the Hong Kong style perfectly. Which, when you go from Japanese style to the Hong Kong style, it's not like a direct translation. It's kind of difficult. Like the Japanese style, there's a lot of pausing. It's called ma. There's a lot of pausing and it kind of throws off the Hong Kong style. It's like a
Mm.
curveball. I know because I experienced it firsthand when I first fought Johnny Young Bosch in Death Grip, where
Yes.
like he had weird pauses and I was just like, I couldn't quite find it. It was like the hardest thing. It was in that test fight we did with the coin at the end.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
and
Is it
Love that
because he
stuff.
was with the he because he worked with Koichi?
yeah,
That's why. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Even though Koichi was
Mm,
trained by Karada, who comes from
Yeah.
the Hong Kong, but still there's that kind of Japanese
Hmm.
pacing in there. So Sonata could really like hang, I think, just by superhuman force of will. Like if you look at his action in Royal Warriors, Michelle Yeoh movie, the way he moves, it's almost like I don't know, like he has like a different kind of pacing, and he kind of sticks out when
no,
he fights in that movie.
he
So
stands out a ton. I
I think he's
agree.
just special.
Yeah.
Because Sonny Chiba never made that transition to Hong Kong cinema. He tried, or maybe he didn't want to. I don't know. It just never quite happened. There is a kung fu movie called what is it called? Soul of Chiba, and it's just awkward. Like I think he just couldn't quite find that style. So,
Yeah.
and
Interesting.
Hiroyuki Sanada has done the American style. He did, Last Samurai is an American movie.
100%.
It's got American style action, even though it takes place in Japan.
Yeah.
Yes.
Um, and oh my God, what an actor!
And
So
for the yeah, for listeners, Hiroki Sanada, Shogun, he is the titular
Hmm.
Shogun in Shogun.
yeah,
Didn't he
Uh
get nominated for an Emmy or won an
yes.
Emmy?
He
Yeah,
should have
he
won.
got
I
nominated.
think
Yeah,
yeah, I know the show and he were both nominated.
yeah, he's a fantastic actor. I
Yeah.
always loved him as an actor.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
incredible. If you haven't
yeah,
seen Shogun, it is excellent.
yeah. And you've
One of the
probably
best
seen
shows
him
of
in
the
Rush Hour
decade.
3 if you ever seen it. Yeah,
Yeah. Bullet
yep,
Train, he's the elder. He's in John Wick
hmm.
4. He's one of the
Yeah,
uh
he's great in John 4.
and he's also Scorpion. And
yeah.
Yes, yeah.
he's also he's also Scorpion in the new Mortal Kombat and the sequel that I just pulled up on Wikipedia just to make sure. But just but yeah, he's so that's interesting. But yeah, if you haven't
Uh,
seen him when he was young and handsome and could
yeah.
move like the demon, bro, he was
Yeah.
Eric is completely right. His stuff was clean, and especially in compared to like the Hong Kong movement style, like you said, his movement style really stood out. I completely agree with that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he kind of moves like an anime character. If you
He
watch
does, yeah.
yeah.
Roaring Fire, I think it's 1982, him and Sonny Chiba. And it's like it's probably the most Hong Kongy of that era of Japanese cinema, of the
Hmm.
Japan Action Club.
Yeah,
And there's
Yeah,
yeah,
because like in the infight he's in the middle of like 30 guys. And
yeah,
it's there's they even do the thing where like they all shove spears in him at the same time and he jumps on top and he jumps off of it.
yeah.
Done
yeah,
with this like Japanese flavor which
yeah,
just it I think if you expect a Hong Kong movie, you'll feel like it's off, but if you expect a samurai film, it's
Yeah.
like a samurai film on crack.
yeah.
Right.
1981, by the way. Eric,
Nineteen
that's how good
Yeah.
Eric is. He was
And also
1980.
Hiroki Sora, yeah. Oh, go ahead.
Go
Sorry,
ahead,
sorry,
go ahead.
sorry. I was
Oh,
gonna say like his a movie I liked of his didn't have a lot of sword fighting in it, but it's just he's such a great dramatic actor. Twilight Samurai. If you
Yeah.
haven't tried it, it's so
oh,
good.
I've not
That
seen
one
that.
fight in
Yeah.
that movie is incredible.
Yes.
It's a war
Yes.
and it's incredible.
It's so good. I'm glad. Okay, thank you, Eric. Thank you.
A
Like you're the only
boken,
other
a
person.
little
Yes, a
boken.
Boken.
It's not
Yeah.
even is it even a boken? Is it a wakizashi boken like a
Yes,
short boken or
it's like
something?
short. Yeah, I forget. Yeah.
Oh, and he
But it's
choreographed
so
that too. I looked it
good.
up. Like,
Yeah, but like,
Twilight
it's just
Samurai,
he's
it's
so
called, or
yeah,
Twilight Samurai. Yeah,
amazing movie.
2002. See it?
yeah,
Okay, cool. Yeah, I've never even heard of this.
Oh, check
That's
that one
so
out.
good.
You'll love it,
okay.
man. It's like the
Yeah,
ultimate
Yeah.
Japanese martial art movie.
sweet. I do love Ninja and the Dragon's Den. That's from '82. Obviously a classic, Corey Yuen and
Fun.
all that. But yeah, go ahead.
All
So
right.
yeah.
My number three is Tony Jaa.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Because I love his acrobatics. I love all that. But the guy also just has like unspeakable amounts of power when he moves. And I don't know how
Yes.
he does it.
Yes.
Even to this day, his latest thing, I can't remember what it's called. So it's 22 years after Ong Bak, and he can still like look so good when he throws knees and punches. Just the way that he punches, I think, is like phenomenal. Um,
Yeah.
so of
What would
course,
you?
when Ong Bak came out,
Yeah.
I think all of our lives changed for a hot minute.
Sure. 100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
Seeing this guy, everybody was starting to do the like, they
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
started doing
The
that stuff.
setup.
But
Yeah.
yeah, but just like here's this skinny what, a buck 35 dude
Yeah,
who hits like
small.
a train. And how is that possible?
Yes. Yeah.
I don't know. Like, where would you put that within your movement language?
I
Like, is
mean,
that a separate movement
he's
language
Thai, man.
itself?
That's a Thai
It's
style. Like
Style? Yeah.
that comes from Muay Thai practice, I
Yeah, because
think.
like I think so because like the way he like after he finishes a move, a big move, the way he stands and poses, like
Yep.
that's the way like Thai fighters do it. Like when they hit each other, just they're still like
Yep.
planted and very
Yep.
strong.
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
elephants.
So you're right. Yeah, like
Yeah.
right. So you're right.
Yeah.
It's from the style of the martial art,
Yeah.
but it
And
makes him
he
look strong.
totally. And he has
Yeah.
a ton of character too. And
Hmm.
the
Yeah.
Thai fighters, like that's one of the best things about watching Thai Muay Thai is just, the character that comes out in between the movements
Yes.
and kind of seeing the head games and how they laugh at each other and stuff.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
oh, you know what, Lawson? This is
Uh,
like we should call this like Thai strong style or something because
It
like they're
is
just
like
hitting
strong
each other.
style, yes.
Yeah,
uh,
Because the
just
whole point is
hitting
he's
each other.
I mean, yeah, the whole point is we're hitting each other really hard, but like,
Yeah,
for the art.
right.
yeah.
Because they're
For the
doing what
art.
what we do in pro wrestling,
Yeah.
but then in a cinematic
Yeah.
frame, Because
And
like I'm used to getting hit a lot from the
yeah.
wrestling world, and when the Alba come, I'm like, can I do that? Like, am I? I'm like, wait a minute, yeah, I kind of built for that.
Yeah.
I'll take a knee
Yeah.
to the head. I know how to mitigate
Yeah.
danger or damage.
And
Yeah,
shout out to Quan Kicker and Whirlwind Action and Slug
yeah.
Street Scrappers, who they're obviously heavily influenced by
Heavily. Yeah.
John
Baumbach,
Ongback
yep,
style.
yeah.
The real hits and the yeah, all
It's
that
just the way
Yeah.
they
stuff.
throw their attacks. There's a linearity to it
Yeah.
that makes it look strong. Because like again, when martial arts is like it's all about this geometry. Like the fastest point from A to B is a straight line, and a lot of
Yeah.
his stuff is straight line attacks, and then the way
Yeah.
he ends it is in a very strong pose. And I think that influences the way that makes him look strong as a small person.
Yeah.
I'd also
Yeah.
say about John, who I like a lot. Like every couple months, I'll get recommended a YouTube video that's like
Yeah,
how Hollywood failed Tony Jaa, or
yeah, you see that a
Tony Jaa
lot.
should have been Bruce Lee times 12, but he's a monk and sad about it or whatever. But I will say this man had an underrated career.
Yeah,
It's like should it have been more? Maybe. I mean, what should I guess? What I don't know, but the Ongbacks, Protector,
yeah.
um, and then what was there's another one I was trying to think of where he collabed with people, not Triple Threat. Uh, I can't think of it now, but he had his
Triple
moments.
X. He was in
No, I
Triple
don't
X with
think
Donnie
so.
Yen, but
Oh,
they
he
didn't
was.
fight.
Did they
I don't
not
think they
fight?
fought. I don't
It was
remember.
SPL
See,
two, right? He was in SPL two.
was
Oh,
he?
SPL two.
God, I
That's
don't.
what it was. SPL
Yeah.
two. That's what I was thinking of. Yeah, I was thinking of SPL two.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh my God,
How do you
It's
feel about
not
that's
SPL
so not
two
memorable.
really quick? Because like,
Not memorable.
yeah.
I don't remember anything about it, to be honest.
Here's the thing, though. There's a sequence where Max Zhang is like reversing all of Ja's Muay Thai stuff that I think is really cool. I really like that part, but no one really talks about it, so I don't know. It seems like nobody
No,
liked
I
it.
don't remember.
You're welcome to your opinion.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
All
That's fair.
right.
I just straight up don't
Yeah.
remember. That's it.
That's
Yeah.
fair. Yeah, it's yeah.
Number two is Dennis Rule because
I
I
mean,
Yeah.
used to swear by that guy. And yeah, those of you who don't know, this is great. Half of my life was spent collaborating with Dennis, and he tragically died this year in April.
yeah,
And when I would hire Dennis onto jobs, I hired him onto a mocap job, and Dennis is like a SEAL Team Six kind of guy where he's not really like he wasn't really in the circuit, so to speak. You know what I mean? Like he was kind of behind the scenes doing the indie
Mhm.
stuff, and so he wasn't well known. And the
mhm,
directors for this game were like, "Where'd you find this guy?" And I was like, "He's the best. He's the best. You are
Yep.
now looking at the best right now because here's a guy who not only has like perfect technique with kicks, punches, throws, grappling. He can do the perfect technique every time, all day, 24/7 for the past 23 years. He has done the same kicks. There is no
Mhm.
different. Like you look at how he kicks in Contour, you look at how he kicks in anything he did. We did a film in 2024 in Montreal, and we have just a fight scene in this feature film, and he moves the same. It's the same guy. He
Yeah.
is the same
Mhm.
man was. He is our Huang Zhang Li,
Yep.
and
Hit.
Yes.
Yeah,
but
I agree.
Yes.
he's beyond just a villain. Like the guy can act. The guy
He's a
can.
great actor.
He's an amazing
Yeah.
actor.
He's
It's
he's a good
incredibly
actor.
intimidating. Every time I would act in front
Yeah.
of somebody, like, all right, here I go. I'm dealing with an animal here, like um, who's just going to own the scene. I'm just going to be comfortable with that. I would just react to him. That was my whole shtick. And so he could act. Not only that, he has produced and directed and written and edited and distributed a feature film.
Yes. Hmm.
He has
Unlucky
done that.
Stars.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And
It's on
he has
YouTube.
also
Check it out.
AD'd and lit a film. Like, here's a man who does everything. And he
Yes.
also was a full-time mocap stunt coordinator at 2K. Like,
Hmm.
this is a man who doesn't exist anywhere else. So, and now I'm hiring him to humbly submit himself to do mocap for you. You have the best. It's like it would be like hiring Samo to be a stunt man in
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
1994, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that's just and like the thing about Dennis is just his attitude was just that, which is that he just loved what he did. And you could see it.
Hmm.
You could just
Yeah.
see it in how he moved. He had a love for the craft. That's all he wanted to. I don't even think he liked money. Like he just wanted to make movies with his bros. Like I think if he could have
Hmm.
lived as a hermit somehow and just made fight scenes with his bros, yeah, he would have been fine with that.
Yeah, he would have been happy.
Totally
Totally.
happy.
Totally. He is so good. Eric, I told this to Lawson on the first interview. I'm like, I love Dennis's kicks, and he's known for his kicks. But what I studied, what I tried to do was I tried to copy his punches. His boxing punches are
Yeah.
so perfect.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I'm like, I want to punch like
Clean.
that guy. So
It's
I've been
scary.
trying. I've been
Clean.
trying.
Yeah.
Yeah. To this day, like for a couple decades, I'm like, I want to punch like Dennis. And then look, the way he throws his this spinning heel kick, it's very Dennis. Like his arm positioning,
Yeah.
the way he throws his kicks, his spin. I'm like, that's a Dennis Ruel
Yeah.
signature spinning heel kick. Like it, if you silhouetted it, I mean, I could tell I could probably tell that's Dennis.
I think pound for
Yeah.
pound, it's the best spin kick ever put on film. I
Oh
would just
yeah,
say that. Like
I would agree with you that
there are like
Eric.
a
Yeah,
handful of spin kicks that are, incredible, and I would just put his at the top in terms of just pound for pound.
100.
Yeah.
percent Yeah,
Ken Lo, Drunken Master 2, Dennis, Contour. When I think about end villain fights, guy
he plays a
just
good
kicking
villain.
the hell out of our
Yeah, yeah.
hapless baby face. I mean, those are that's the my one and two. I don't
Yeah.
yeah, everything this is much like when, Heath Ledger passed. We're not this is not blowing smoke for somebody who passed away too soon.
Mhm.
This man was every bit as talented as these guys are saying. And
Yeah, he had everything,
you
man.
you can go watch. It's all out there. It's stuff
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
for
He
free.
he
And
draws you in with his charisma,
yes,
and his performance. He's
he's
that good.
incredible.
And there's
Every
some other
time
movies too that star him. There's a Barrio Brawler, which is also called
Mhm.
American Brawler.
Is that still on Netflix?
It's an asylum film. I don't know. It's
Yeah.
an asylum
Yeah.
film. You won't know it. They shot it in 12 days. You won't know it. It's
yeah.
unbelievable what they
Yeah.
pulled off. Jose directed that.
Jose Montero.
Oh,
Yeah.
sick.
Yeah.
Cool,
Yeah.
Yeah.
cool.
And then of course Unlucky Stars. Yeah, I mean just
Yeah.
as a lead character, I mean
He was
unbelievable.
great.
Yeah.
He was
Yep.
great. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, my number one is Yumbu.
Nice.
Yeah. What can
I
you
don't know what
say,
it
huh?
is, man. I think when I first saw Yumbu fight, like there was something magical. How else do you describe this guy? I don't even
Yeah.
know what I first saw him in. Uh, it might have been My Lucky Stars. No, it was
Mm,
Dragons Forever.
Mhm.
It was Dragons
mm,
Forever, and
yeah.
he's just such a fun character in that, and
Yeah.
he just had that kind of like wacky, fun thing about him, you know?
Yeah.
Mhm. And the
Um,
acrobatics helped
yeah,
accentuate that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
I also, yeah,
I was sorry, not to, but
all
for
right.
me, Dragons Forever, which we've all talked about extensively, is where you can really see it because it's like Wheels and Meals and
Yeah.
Project A, he's a little more muted, and I'm bringing these movies up because I'm comparing him to Jackie and Samo,
Yeah.
and it's only fair because they're all S tier guys, but
Yeah.
in Dragons Forever is where you can really see it. And even in that movie, he's still supposed to be the third guy, kinda. But when you see that finale where it's him, he's got his finale, Jackie's got
Yeah.
his finale. Jackie's finale is great too. Don't get me wrong, but his finale, if Jackie doesn't get to fight Benny the Jet, like Yunbyu's finale is like aces, dude. It's so like it's a finale all on its own, just his little part,
Yeah.
and then we get Jackie versus
Totally.
Benny, right? To really say this is a all time movie, but like this, but just the UMBU part, and then he gets Billy Chow and the little, yeah, he's just complete aces in that, and he didn't always stand out as much. Like he was, like I said, Project Wheels and Meals, he's a little more muted in those, but
Yeah.
so yeah, UMBU,
Yeah,
I
he
would
just didn't
say
have the
Grace
same like.
personified.
He has charisma, but he just didn't stand out. Between the two guys.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
just like
Star of
Jack.
Prodigal Son, but then
Yeah.
also I think maybe my favorite movie of his, just in terms of his character, is Knockabout. Um,
Mm.
just because
Mhm.
that movie is just this buffet of action that and when you watch him, it's his like head movement I think that I'm really drawn to. I love his shapes and everything, but
Sure.
he kind of embodies like the perfect Beijing opera performer because he went to school with Jackie and Samo and an opera school. But he just seems to like have the training perfected
Mhm.
and like the way he moves his head, it's actually kind of guiding you on like what to look at. And you don't really
Right.
notice it, but like yeah, like there will be some people who try and throw a lot of head movement in. I'll rag on them. Wushu performers will sometimes just like throw head movement in on like every attack, and so there's constant head movement. And that can look powerful, but Yumiya's head movement is like mostly he's kind of like straightforward. He's kind of playing it forward, and then it'll turn off to the side, and it'll go down here. And there's like meaning to that, and it's impossible for us to really understand it, but it guides us in its aesthetic. And nobody's going to be doing that anymore. I'm sorry, the days
Yeah.
are over.
Well, that's just Eric. That's just like what we do in our live show at SeaWorld. It's like we turn our attention. We turn like all the characters when there's a moment happening
Right.
stage left or
Yeah.
moments happening stage right or the
Yeah.
skis guy. The rest of the characters who are not involved in that look towards
Yeah.
there, which informs the
Yeah.
audience to
Yeah.
direct the attention that way.
Yeah.
So very similar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, Grace personified. That's what I would say about
Mhm.
him. So yeah, I completely agree. Uh, Jay, top five screen fighters.
Well, now that you guys put, us indie guys in there, I have a five of indie guys and a five of like our
Oh,
heroes. So
sweet.
yeah,
Yeah. We can
yeah,
do both. Let's do both.
because
Sure.
I can do both easy. Okay, for the guys we looked up to, number five, Jung Do Hong. I love the Korean style. I love how imperfect it is. The way his choreography is always the way they throw punches and kicks, like they combine the taekwondo and boxing, but like the way they throw their flying kicks, like you expect in martial arts movies that they're gonna land pose. No, they throw flying kicks, they fall, and they're like, oh, I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna throw this big punch to this guy, and I'm gonna do a 1-2 on this guy, like Ma Dong Sok does. Like I just love that style, the way that Jung Do Hong marries this like the Korean style with it, sort of like a Hong Kong rhythm, but with the sort of, I guess, improvisational feel, or like the in the moment feel that the Koreans choreograph
Yeah.
between the moves. I just love that. I love it. Um, for number four, Bruce Lee, because like he changed the game, and like his silhouettes always look good. His movements very unique. A lot of people copy it. A lot of games, every fighting game has a Bruce Lee clone in it.
Every fighting
So
game.
every fighting
Everyone,
game
yeah.
and the movements, very very much the same. Either like the forward fencing, style back fist, or that side, the famous like skip sidekick that he does, like,
Sidekick
and
that
then
sends you through
this.
the world. Yeah.
Yeah, everything, like he personified that. He influenced a lot of performers with his movements and his posing and stuff, and like just his performances. They changed the way us performers do action.
Yeah.
Next would be a lot of this has changed over the years, based on what I've seen or caught. So third would be Ma Dong Sok. I
Yeah, One Punch
Big
Man.
dude, One Punch. Yeah, I love his boxing. I've been
Yeah,
trying.
he's
I've been
great.
watching. Yes, I mean we talked about this a lot, especially with the Japanese style, the Hydra
That's
style.
the
But like,
big guy, right?
Yeah.
yes, but then the way
From
he does
the
he does this boxing choreo in the knockout films. I think there's four of them now. but the
Hmm.
way he throws his punches, they're like very technical
Yeah.
boxing, and it's so good. He made it work. I'm like,
Yeah.
this boxing films should have this style of choreography.
Yeah.
And then the way they crumple, the way the you know the NPCs crumble, like when they, I remember he's just fighting like four guys, and he's just doing the Korean 1-2, and then the guy just kind of just falls. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's how they fall in real life. I mean, like
Yeah.
they made it work in a cinematic sense, you know.
Yeah. For
And
sure.
I love that, and the way he performs those punches is just crisp and clean. But like he owns a boxing gym and he like practices a lot, so that's why he's so good at
That's
it.
why it looks so good. That yeah, it makes
You know,
sense.
that's why it's like so good. And I'm trying to figure out that style. Like remember, I was talking to Eric a while back. We're trying to figure out the Hydra style, the new Japanese style of like combat. You know, so it's like,
Are we calling it the Hydra style? I love that.
oh, like, we have
Well,
to now. We have to put a vocabulary to it because like
Yeah.
he's done that there in the Baby Assassins 1 and 2.
right, right,
That
right.
style, yeah.
Yeah,
And
because there's three baby
yeah, the
assassins, so I was
punches.
thinking this is the baby assassin style. But either
Mm-hmm.
way, um, yeah, yeah,
But
that's
this is one
all.
of the two, yeah. But those are one of the two. Those are the two like styles now I'm trying to figure out and like meld into my style of choreography because
She's
I
great.
just love it.
Saori,
Saori's good.
she's incredible.
Yes. And
Is that
she's training all the time.
is that from
She's
Baby
incredible.
Assassins? Is that
Yeah, yeah.
the?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
The
she's
short hair
fantastic.
girl. Yeah,
She's
yeah.
Yeah,
incredible.
And
I
she's
mean,
always posting like
yeah,
concepts and stuff
I
like
think
that and
she's
like
like one of the
training.
greatest screen fighters of all time.
I
Yeah, she's
agree.
so
Like
good.
I
She's
agree.
clean. Her
Even
movements
this
like
early
perfect.
like charismatic and
Yeah.
powerful. Like how do you I don't even know how that
and
combination.
character.
And she plays the piano.
Character.
Like what the hell is this?
Yeah, is she
Person.
like what's her name in Chocolate? Like she's
Yeah, yeah,
basically
she's
In
her.
real
yeah.
life, yeah,
Yeah, real
she's her
life.
in real life. Gigi Yanin, yeah. No,
Yeah,
I
so
don't
I
think that's crazy to say this early because I've seen three movies. Yeah, I'm with you, Eric. I think that's
and they're
I'm willing
and
to
she's
say
good.
she's one of the
Yeah,
best Street Fighters ever
she's
already.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
And then the last two, the two and one, that's easy. You guys know Jackie Chan and then Donnie Yen.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
Jackie
mean,
because of
classic.
his like
Yeah,
because of the rescue style action, the cleverness with the objects, and then Donnie Yen because of his innovation and like he's always trying new things and like his style is speaks to me to my language. Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah.
Can
and
we
then
do?
yeah.
Oh, sorry. No, go finish
Oh
your
no
point.
no
I'm
so
sorry.
because
Sorry.
I was gonna say I was gonna go into my five like
Oh, but
indie
okay, but
guys too.
yeah,
Yeah
yeah. And I do
yeah
want to
go
before we
for
get
it.
to that really
Yes
quickly because you're the only guys I can talk to about this.
yeah
Can we
yeah
talk a little more about the Hydra action style because
Yeah.
yeah
I
we
know
talked about
Leroy
this too.
loves
Yeah,
it. Leroy brought up
Baby assassins.
baby
Yeah
assassins, and Hydra. I remember when Lee from Film Combat Syndicate, shout out to Lee if you're listening to this,
yeah.
sent me a copy of Hydra. God, what was it like 2018 maybe? He's like, hey, don't tell anybody about this. Just check out this movie and see if it's good. And I was like, what is this?
The style of action.
What
Like
is
what
this?
the?
This is so what?
This
This
is
is
different.
I was waiting for Donnie to do something like this, but I'll
Yeah.
take it here
Yeah.
whenever. This is cool. Yeah, I don't do people don't know about these movies though, right? That's the thing.
No. Yeah.
We need a movie that has this, but like everyone watches it. We need
Right,
like
like
a
it's
rate
marketed
for
like
this movie. Yeah.
yeah.
With what's her with yeah, I don't even know
Sorry,
the
yeah.
actors who were I know
Sorry, I think.
yeah, I know sorry from Babies and then I don't know who the other guys are who are the other actors who are like good at doing this really, but
Yeah.
yeah, it feels like it's like the new thing. Eric, you would want to thoughts speak on that a little bit?
I interviewed Kinsuke about this
Word. Yeah,
on
yeah.
Action Talks, and he kind of described how he does it. You know, he kind of aims the fist high so that you can, if you miss, you graze somebody with your forearm rather than with your fist.
Hmm.
He had kind of tips for how to do it, but um, I think for us it's so appealing because it's like he's sort of hitting that note of like uncooperativeness that we loved in Flashpoint.
Yes.
He's sort of hitting
Right.
it on this. It's like
Yeah.
an entire song of that.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that appeals to many people, uh,
Hmm.
because I noticed that there's not there's a lot of emphasis on like interesting transitions and interesting responses to things and interesting counters. There's not a whole lot of impact,
Yeah.
which is fine for me.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, I can love it for what it is, but I wonder, you know, if Sonomura teamed up with, I don't know, like someone who could maybe there's a bridge there where like that style can become internationally famous. I mean, I know Baby Assassins is technically internationally famous, but they still don't have much budget, man. Those fight scenes happen in empty rooms.
Yeah.
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 These are not like high
Yeah.
production. They shot
Yeah.
Hydra in 5 days, the whole movie.
Mm,
Yeah, I remember you
mhm.
saying that.
And
Yeah. That's crazy.
I think his Bad City, he had like 2 weeks to shoot that movie or something.
My
So,
God.
Right.
this is
Yeah.
like an issue in the Japanese industry, but
Mm.
Yeah.
yeah, how to make that kind of Sonomura style,
A lot
the
of
the Hydra style
Yeah.
go
yeah.
go go big. Yeah, I would love to see that happen somehow.
There's a
Yeah,
lot
a
of
lot of
sound
it's
effects of moving sleeves while they're
Yeah.
yeah,
doing a lot of.
yeah, it is. Yeah. The
Yeah.
That's the
sound
sound
design.
effect. Because like the
Yeah.
raid had its own. A big part of like when styles become their thing is the sound
The sound design. Yep.
of it, the sound
Yeah.
design, and the raid. Another thing I want to say about the raid is I remember the raid happening, and then
Yeah.
in the forums, that those sound effects
Yeah, they get circulated.
they came around everywhere. Yeah,
And
and
then Eric talked about this too on his book about like the sound
mhm.
design,
Yeah,
pitching it to
sweet.
another studio. Yeah.
Yeah,
About how
and
like the
like
cloth is becoming the character. Like, no, we want that. Then that particular client was like, no, we don't want any sound on that cloth because we want to emphasize the character, Jackie
yeah,
Chan. So that I remember you talking about that and then reading that in your book. I'm like, yes, that
mhm.
makes complete sense.
Yeah. And so now it's like a lot like fast. For if you don't know what we're talking about, you could just
Yes.
watch Baby Assassins. It's literally for on YouTube, or at least
Yeah.
1 and 2 are. And it's a lot of quick movements, realistic handwork, sleeve sounds.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound cool, but it is really cool when you watch it. But you're right, I don't know if it appeals to everybody because it's not very operatic, and it doesn't have like a ton of like impact, like you said. It's very more based on the intricacies of getting
Yeah.
into stuff, getting out of stuff, and
Yeah, it's like I noticed they heavily borrow from like boxing tactics,
yeah,
like the way they're
100%.
rolling under the punches, especially the
Yeah.
ones that are like getting are grazing the multiple like
Yeah.
Yeah.
punches.
It's
And I
almost
like that
like
shit.
It's almost
yeah.
like they're doing sticky hands, where it's like
Yes.
the goal is not
Mhm.
actually to hit each other. And
Yep.
because again, there's just not many impacts in it. Like a
No.
Samo movie will have way more impacts like per second
Oh
than
yeah.
anything Sonomura does. But
Yeah.
it seems like Sonomura is kind of doing that game where it's like, well, how long can we feasibly keep up this shoe leather and keep it really fast and furious without even doing an impact?
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Jay, your top
My
5 indie
my
guys.
5. Okay,
Yeah.
that's easy. Vlad Rimberg.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, the like he's I've I remember working with him the early days. I think we were the one of the first collabs from the Stunt People Forum.
I remember
Uh,
that.
yeah, so we actually tried figuring it out together. I mean that's how we both started, and just seeing his progression over the years, over the decades, and how he really honed in on what we started and then like made it his own is incredible. And I think it's different, and a lot of people are looking at him, and a lot of the generation under us, like I said earlier, are copying that style. So
Yeah.
he's really influenced a lot of the stuff today. So
I think
there's
he's really got
Vlad.
his finger on that
Yeah,
pulse. Like
he
he
does,
kind of always
100%.
has the
Yeah.
very anime. I remember when he did Wild. This is like
Oh,
04 or 05.
Yes,
Wild.
yep,
Wild was
yep,
awesome.
I was just like, whoa,
yes,
dude, you made an anime.
yeah.
Like,
Well,
good job.
basically,
Holy
Yeah.
crap, how did you do that?
It was sick.
he was so good,
Wild
man.
was so
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Way ahead of its time.
Yeah, way ahead of its time.
Imagine if we could like remaster Wild and like redo Wild.
Yeah.
That'd
Yeah,
be
get
so
Mike to
sick.
4K that thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
That'd be awesome.
All right. Well, next would be Manny, of course. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just gonna be the Mount Rushmore of indie screen fighters, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's basically what it is. This is Vlad, Manny. So Manny, of course, because him and Vlad have a similar way of doing things, which is cool. But he also has his own signature things that he does. And I've worked with both Vlad and Manny, and they work very similarly. But their choreography and patterns are distinctly different. And
Yes.
I love it. I love both those guys. I mean, they're so cool and they're so great to work with.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just easy to work with these guys. So these 5 guys that I'm talking about, they're so easy to work with. So like my 4th would be Leroy. I fought him many times, and it's just so much fun fighting him, especially since he's a bigger dude, like much bigger than me. So it's not a problem that needed to be solved. It's just like taking both of our strengths and also our obvious, physical differences, and we just made it work. And
Yeah, that's cool.
we flow together really nicely. Like when he throws his punches, it looks vicious, but when you block it, it's light as light as a feather. Like he's that good. He knows he's good at stopping, at a position, but he gets super close. He's that accurate. So I love working with him, and he has really good patterns with his fights. He uses mostly punches. Like he throws kicks in here and there, and they're good, but like his handwork and his patterns are
Yeah.
just so much fun to
He's
do.
got great hands.
Yes, he
Yeah.
does. Oh yeah, and then second would be Andy. Andy, I love Andy. Like he's easy to work with. He has a lot of knowledge. One of the best stuntmen I know. Like he does Rex like no other. Very very easy to cooperate with. Like fighting him in Germany was so much fun. Fighting him here was so much fun. It's like this is the only couple times I've done it. I'm like, damn it, I want to fight him now in the professional world. Not that we're all professionals. So
Yeah.
I just wish I got one more with him.
That's Andy
And
Long,
then
by the way, right?
yeah, Andy
Andy
Long.
Long.
Yeah, Andy Long.
Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep. And he melds well with everybody. I've seen like his fights with a bunch of the stunt people form members, and it's like, of course,
Yeah.
he's that good, and his opponent's that good.
Yeah.
It just shows how much work he put into what he does, especially that he became a part of the Jackie Chan stunt meet. Did I tell you the story, Eric, about him going there? I was in Germany at the time, and we were like in his apartment, and there was a day before I was gonna leave to go to Prague. Yeah, Prague, and then we had a heart-to-heart talk because we're like, oh man, we're trying, we're in our late 20s. We're like, oh man, we got to do something. Like we want to make this work. We were just talking about like how we want to try to get in the business. And then 2 weeks after I left, 2 weeks after, he messages me, or he messages me 3 weeks later, but 2 weeks after I left, he took a train to Paris because he heard that Jackie Chan was filming at the Louvre.
Yeah.
So he went there, and then he stayed there for like 2 days, and one day it was raining. Even Jackie Chan talked about this at Comic-Con, and I was right there. I was in the Hall H listening to Jackie Chan tell a story about how he met my friend.
Yeah.
And he goes like, he said like, and then Jackie Chan tells a story. He said, this German Vietnamese guy comes in, and then like one of my stuntmen says like, oh, there's this guy. He's been waiting for 2 days. He wanted me to give you his demo reel. And then he says he saw his demo reel and said, oh, he's good. Yeah, have him come help, like move stuff. And then after he invited him to China to be a part of that scene in CZ12 or in Chinese Zodiac.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's wild. I'm like, we were just talking about how the fuck are we gonna get into the business 3 weeks before, and now you made it. Like that's crazy.
And in that demo reel, he was fighting you guys. Maybe, I don't know, but probably.
Yeah,
He fought you guys before he was in C3, right? And Foreman Foreman predates that, right?
We filmed like 4 fights when he was here.
Yeah,
and then
you
in
fought
Germany,
him a
I filmed
bunch.
like and then in Germany I fought him and his friends that were in his movies. So it's crazy.
Andy Long has a big fight with Scott Adkins in that what was that movie called?
Accident Man 2.
Accident Man 2.
Music Ninja. But
like, I think they just put the whole thing on YouTube also, if you want to check
that out. Yeah, he's just a freak, dude. Like his Taekwondo is super perfect, and he's so good with like killing intent, or like not killing intent, like malicious intent, like when he fights. Like that's a big thing about my style of like choreography. I want malicious intent. Like I want a person to be like, actively trying to hurt this person. Yeah. But anyways, like he does that really well. And then number 1 is of course Eric.
Oh no.
Because because I tried copying him when I was in my early 20s. Just stumbling onto Project J and then like finding that forum and seeing other people who were just like me. I was like, oh my God, there's other people around the world that did what I did. And then watching Eric, because he put a lot of stuff like almost weekly. I'm like, dang, he's good. Because we were also trying. Where I'm like, man, he got
your standards are so low back then, man.
Well, our standards were so low because we looked at that. We're like, that's just other people are doing this and doing it better than me. Like, this is awesome.
I think all of us on the forum were like, how do we get as good as Zero Gravity?
Yes.
How do we get there? So let's just try and get there. And like by the time in 03, we're like, all right, we're ready. Oh, zero gravity all went to LA and they all made it big in
Yeah,
Hollywood.
exactly. And
And
then
we're
they all
like, all right, we'll
made
keep
it.
doing the indie thing then.
Sam Locke in what's it called? Untitled, I guess. Was it, or what was
Title
it?
pending.
Title
Yeah.
Title
pending. Yeah.
Pending.
Yeah, it's so
He's
dope.
one of
Yeah.
the most terrifying
Oh my
antagonists
gosh,
ever
man.
put
It's
to
a great
film.
Sam
fight still.
Locke.
Yeah.
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 Okay. I met Sam Locke for the first time on the set of Naked Gun in April. So I did my first, oh, Eric, I did my
Oh,
first movie. Yeah. So I did my first movie. Finally, after 32 years, I got hired into like one day on Naked Gun. And then Latif and Sam Locke were there. I'm like, oh my
That's
God,
cool.
they're here. I'm like, I've known of them for 20 years. I talked to them. I'm like, Latif, bro, I've been following you
Zero
forever. And then
G.
like I have your action figure, the Mandalorian, right? So and then I tell Sam, I'm like, dude, Sam, I've watched you guys, back in the Stunt People Forum days. I'm like, you were fucking terrifying. He's like, oh man, thank you, man, thank you. It was
Yeah.
just so cool to finally meet
Yeah.
them. But
Sam
man, yeah,
Locke
we were all trying to
is.
copy them. But
Yeah.
for me, I tried to copy Eric Jacobus.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my dude back in the day. You still are, but like, that you were someone I tried to copy, like, at your filmmaking style, the way you fight, your patterns, your combinations are the ones where I was like, oh my God, I had to like repeat it. I had to like play it over and over again to get the
Eric's
pattern.
very humble. Like in the last
Yeah.
interview, he was like, "Oh, Dennis is like smoking me in this fight," and Dennis is obviously an all-time great screenwriter. But like
Yeah.
Eric is holding his own in these. Listen, we're not gonna let him. Eric's stuff is great too. I mean, he
Yeah.
obviously he was always improving as well.
But he
If
was
you
my
watch the,
hero, still is.
yeah, if you watch the stunt people body of work,
Yeah.
everybody was getting better, but
We all were, yeah.
I could tell how hard Eric was working
Oh
to
yeah.
recreate the stuff that he wanted to see.
And
Well,
when you
I
start
love it.
that
When he's not
low,
here.
when you start that low, as low as I was, it's very easy to look like you're rapidly improving.
I know, but what it is your
And you worked
work
with great
ethic
people
too.
too.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
work with great people,
worked
but
with great
it's your
people.
work ethic, Eric.
Yeah,
Your work ethic, like you were pumping out films, and I'm like, oh, I gotta pump out films too. Like you were like the light post, like we gotta follow. Because like then after that, I started making a ton of films after that. I'm at 345 films now of almost 30 years.
yeah,
Started 1996 with a high 8 video camera.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
Wild.
and it's crazy. I've
You
been through
started before me.
I did, yeah. High 8 to mini DV to DSLR to camera phone to phone to Blackmagic Cinema 6K. So like I've seen it all, and it's just like
Yeah.
I was just trying my best to like come up with like you had these fun movies too that weren't just like fighting. You had like the one you did with Jake Avengers, like the EverQuest. I'm like, oh, I want to do that kind of
Home
stuff, dude. That's
Quest.
just funny.
Home
Yeah.
Quest. I don't think I've seen this one.
Home Quest, not EverQuest. The Jake Avenger
Yeah.
Home Quest, yeah. And
I
then
don't even
like
think it's online.
Okay.
no, but I think I still have it. I still
That's
have it,
awesome.
but I'm like, that's so fun because I played those games. I played those
Yeah.
games. I'm like, this guy has my storytelling and humor, and like Caper and La Casa, that was fun. Even though it's just those little fun movies they just spoke to me. Like I
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
love
it
the
is online.
humor, the
It's
physical
still
humor, and
there.
everything.
19
Yeah,
years ago, I uploaded it to YouTube. So
crazy,
Oh, it is
crazy.
still there. That's awesome.
So not just smoking, blowing smoke up your ass, Eric. It's just like you influenced me a lot in my work, and then also in the mocap world, because you taught me a lot when you picked me up for God of War and Midnight Fight Express. I was learning on the job, and then once you put this vocabulary together, and like I felt like I was a part of it in a way, a part of that development, and like now I
yeah, you
take
are,
that
man.
and oh, thank you so much, and thank you for the shout out on the book, man.
Oh yeah.
That made me happy. That made me so happy when you.
I mean, it's true. Like
Yeah.
it's just you know, uh, like what you mentioned. Whenever you
Yeah.
go around the world and you meet people, and I had the same thing in India. I talk about that in the
Yeah.
book too, where like
Yes.
the
Yeah.
local guys who spoke English, they couldn't really like hang
Yeah.
physically with the choreo that Dennis and I were doing.
Yeah. It's the
And
guys
then
in the East.
but the
Yeah.
guys in the East who spoke
Yeah.
almost no English, they kind of got everything we were going for, and they could do whatever we needed them to do, and it was that kind of common language.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's just like pro wrestling, Lawson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like a lot of wrestlers, they fight people in other countries and they don't speak each other's languages, but they could wrestle the asses off together without uttering a word. They could they had like a shared words and shared what do you call it, signals and iggies, which is like a physical signal or whatever. But yeah, so like I could wrestle a guy. I even talked about this in Eric's podcast. Like I could wrestle a guy that spoke no English, but we could put put together
Yeah.
a complete match.
That's so
That always
cool.
fascinated me,
That's
to
so
be
cool.
honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, when like guys would like a Mexican wrestler would wrestle like a Japanese wrestler, and they'd have like
Yeah,
a
and they have two
mirror,
completely different
and
styles.
it's
One's flying, the other one's grounded, like
trying
hitting
to
hard.
strike, and the other guy's trying to fly, but they have a
Yes,
banger. Oh, it literally just happened
it
on the pay per
did.
view that happened
Yes.
this weekend. There was two Japanese
Whoa.
wrestlers
Yeah.
and a luchador that went out there.
Okada
And
So
did. Yeah.
Okada, Takeshita, and Masker Dorada
Yes.
had a
And
banger on this show.
right, and then Mascara Dorada, he did this. He was on the top rope. He did like this. He did like a 360 spin, but before he landed, he hooked Okada's arm,
To
which
the arm
informed
drag.
Okada. Yeah, it informed Okada to do a to take a bump,
that
to
Yeah.
take a
stuff's so
fall.
well.
Yeah.
Because he knew that was an arm drag position. That was an arm drag. Like he was hooking for the arm drag, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna wreck arm drag style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And to be fair, Okada did train in lucha, but
Yeah, just a little because he did some
still,
Mexico
it's
stuff.
still
Yeah.
crazy they can do that. They don't even.
Right, they could
It's
put it
like
out of the
no,
back
yeah.
pocket.
They're wrestling in an. It's two Japanese guys and a Mexican guy wrestling in an
Yeah.
American company's wrestling show in
Right? So you have
Canada.
like
So
yes,
That's wild.
all
I
these
love
different
it. That's so
cultures.
cool. I
so
love it.
bizarre, but
It's the
awesome.
And it's the
greatest thing.
cooperation, Eric. It's
Yeah.
like it's the cooperative
Yeah.
nature of pro wrestling. I think that's one of those
Yeah.
systems of like fight choreography where you could be completely silent, and also you could fight somebody that does not speak your language.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll do my five real
All right.
quick.
Yeah, go.
Because I've kept you guys here for a while, so
That's
thank you
all
guys
right.
for
Enjoy
making
talking.
time.
Super fun.
But yeah,
Yeah.
so my number five also is Dennis Rule. For all the
Mhm.
things mentioned, he's the man. Love Dennis. And yeah, everything we talked about. My number four, Samo. I gotta pick Samo.
Yeah.
I'm a fat dude. He's my hero.
Yeah.
I love Samo. He's a fat dude who can fight. Goated. He's
Yeah.
the man
Totally.
ever. And he like intentionally like okay, like he gets like kind of thin for that one movie, the war movie, Eastern Condors.
Yeah.
But then he intentionally is like the joke is like I'm a funny fat guy, and then I beat people's asses though. And he did that on purpose for his whole life, and so I love him for that.
What's your favorite
Um,
Samo performance?
Like physically,
Yeah.
that's a great question. Uh oh, what's my favorite Samo like actual fight? I guess let me think about that.
Ooh.
He throws hands with okay. Oh man, because it's so he fights you and Wah. No, no, it's versus Loudcar Wing,
Hunter?
My Lucky Stars.
Oh.
And so
Oh.
the little okay, so at the
Yeah.
end of My Lucky Stars, I talked to Eric about Loudcar Wing, Loudcar Lung's younger
Yeah.
brother, who I love, underrated,
Yeah.
all-time great Street
He's a G.
Fighter, great. And him and Samo had the mesh, just great handwork. Him and Loudcar Wing have this. Loudcar Wing in this movie has like an eye patch. He's an eye patch bad guy.
Yeah.
He comes out and Samo fights him, and they have this amazing hand duel that is like I love this little thing too. Samo does he feints, and then
Yeah.
Loudcar Wing ducks, and then he uppercuts him.
Yeah.
It's so
Like shit
sick.
like that.
He does
It's so
a
good.
fade duck,
Yep.
uppercuts him, and all their handwork is just so.
I remember
beautiful.
that. It's so good.
So
Yeah.
that'd be probably my number one. I also love the finale of Al versus Bombo though. I
Yeah.
love that finale with him and Dick Way and the other guys
Amazing.
is
30
awesome.
seconds.
Yeah. Is that like the only fight in that whole movie? I've never seen the actual full movie. I've only seen that
I haven't
scene.
either. Yeah.
Is it worth watching the whole
Uh,
thing? I
don't
just know
remember.
that
It's like a
finale.
love story with Michelle Yeoh, actually.
Michelle Yeoh's in it. I didn't even know
Yeah,
she
it was like her
in it.
first movie with. I think it
didn't
was like
even
one of
know
her
Really?
first movies. Yeah, nobody knows.
Okay, I should watch
yeah.
it then just for that, I guess. To see. But yeah, my number three, a guy we have not brought up yet, Kim Won Jin.
Yeah.
Oh,
In my opinion,
yeah.
the greatest kicker in cinema history. Kim
He's
Won.
good.
We talked about a lot of great ones today. Dennis, Huang Zhengli, Sonata. For my money, Kim Won Jin, baby.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
just. He only really gets the one big role in that Scorpion movie. That's like his
Operation
only really
Scorpio.
big Operation Scorpio. So it's the only real time where he's like focused on, which is such a tragedy because he's
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah.
And he's like he has like some bit parts in some other movies where he's just a savage, just throwing these crazy spinning double kicks that are not possible without wires, except he's
Yeah.
doing them. How is he
Right.
doing them?
Yeah.
And
He's
not
got
doing
that
them
jump.
with wires.
He's got
Yeah.
the jump double spin kick, and he
Yeah.
can almost land it.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
It's nuts.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
And he's like only he could do that Operation Scorpio thing where he holds that scorpion pose
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
whatever, and like and then he makes it look like a real martial art, which is ridiculous,
So
but
dope.
it's so crazy. So love Kim Won Jin.
You
But
notice something right now, right there? So under
mm,
Lau Garlo, so Lau Garlo did Operation Scorpio, and
yeah,
he brings in a foreign dude who comes up with an animal style.
immediately.
He did the same thing in Heroes of the East with Yasuaki Kurata, who created the crab style.
Crab, crab style.
Yeah. Kurata
Yeah,
kept that, by the way. He still kind of like shows people that at his school. It's
crab
super cool.
style.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
He did that
cool.
with two guys.
Yeah. Did Lau Kyung Long have the best? Is he the best weapons choreographer ever?
Well, maybe.
Well,
I
you
don't
had the
think so.
swordsman
He's
guy in there, but
good.
like, but I mean, his weapon stuff is hard to touch. It's hard when you
Right.
look
It's
across
variety
all of
too.
them.
Yeah.
Every single weapon,
Yeah,
weapons that I
dude.
don't know what they're called. He had choreo and sequences from them,
Yeah.
and yeah. So, my number two, my top two are pretty obvious. It's Jackie and Yuen Bu. But
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
so here's the thing about Yuen Bu though. To talk about everything that Eric also said is that you guys want to real Yuen Bu in Righting Wrongs doubles for Cynthia Rothrock. Okay, like I
The
just
star.
Jackie Chan is a legend who does the hit. Well, Jackie Chan's whole mythos is I do my own stunts.
Right.
Yuen was like, fuck that. I do the stunt people. I do other people's stunts
In my
in
movie.
my movie. I'm the main guy,
Yeah.
Has
and
anybody done that like in our world? Because I
Like
don't think I
he's
don't know if
Yuen
I've done that.
Bu.
unbelievable. Can you imagine what that conversation was? Like, okay, so we're gonna do this move, da 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 da, and Rothrock's like, I can't do it. And they're like, well, who can do it? And they're like, do we have to call Yun Bu to do it? We have really gotta call him the star. He's resting today. All
He's
right.
the
Hey,
star.
hey, little Bu, you mind yeah, okay, yeah, all right, he'll be right here.
Yeah. Yeah, this
Put
is
the
not
wig
Chung
on.
Carlock doubling for Jackie. This is Yuen Bu doubling for the movie where he's the
Yeah,
star
he's a star.
for his co-lead.
So you get double pay on that
I,
and a
Jeez,
restriction.
man.
Yeah. I don't know how the pay
Yeah.
structure works in
yeah,
Hong Kong.
Right and Wrong is a very up and down movie, but
Yeah.
him in that movie rules. That
Yeah.
car park, also that car park scene, one of the best group fights ever. Its only downside is it's too short. It's
Yeah.
only like a
Mhm.
minute, but if it was
Great
like
fight.
4 minutes, we'd be talking about the same we talk about like Jackie's group fights. It's like
Yeah.
it's as good as any group fight you'll ever see. He just okay. Jackie slid down the pole police story. That was really sick. I'm not trying to take it anywhere. What about when Yubu jumped off the thing in Millionaires Express casually? Just does
Yeah,
a
that's like
full
two
flip
stories.
He
off
did
the
a
through a
brandy
burning
off a
building,
building, off
off
a
a
burning
Yes.
building,
building.
and then has to keep acting the way Jackie did in Police Story,
Yeah.
just
Yeah,
casually. No one
insane.
talks about it. No one talks
Yeah, so
about it.
that was like it was 3 or 4 years after Project A. You wonder if they're like, okay, we saw Jackie basically jump off a building and nearly killed him. How do
Yes.
we do this so that it's predictable? Let's not do any awnings. Let's just have just a straight up drop. And you
Yeah.
don't get to break your fall on the way, but it's going to be predictable.
Yes.
Right. He
Yes.
doesn't roll out of it either. He's just straight
Yeah,
up
he
No,
just
just
he just lands, just doesn't. He's a real
Yeah.
person. He's not a cartoon character. He's a real guy. Not
Yeah.
just a
Like there
guy,
goes
the
your legs and
star
your
of this
knees.
movie.
yeah.
Again, yeah. If he breaks his leg, that halts production. Like Samuel can't just like
Yeah.
replace him.
God
Yeah, he's
damn.
gotta.
They're just freaks of
So
Yimbu
nature,
had
dude.
like a vocabulary of moves that nobody really does. And it's just this really simple thing where he would kind of like block like this and then like this. He would just do that. It was
yeah,
just
Yes.
the signature
I
that he
noticed
would
that.
do,
Yeah.
yeah.
and it always looks so good on him, and nobody ever really did that. It's
Right.
just he was like made for his body. I think
Yes.
he must have come up with that stuff, or Samo was kind of pushing. I don't know. He had
Yeah.
just like a very special way of moving.
Yeah.
What about the group fight in Twinkle Twinkle Lucky Stars? Again, we watch Jackie Chan's in a group fight. It's great. Um, what's his name? The handsome guy. I forget. He's not really martial arts, but he's in those things. But he has his own part of the group fight. Everyone remembers Yoon Bu's part though. Yoon Bu
Yeah.
steals the show in that fight with his tank top, doing his flips down the steps, and then that battle he has with Philip Ko, I want to say,
Coco, yeah, yeah,
and
it's
then
dope.
he does
Ooh,
a
yeah.
perfect 450 feint, lands it into
Yeah,
an actual roundhouse kick. That's
Yes.
impossible. That's not a
side
thing.
aerial, 540 back kick,
Back
and it
kick.
just I swear it stuck him right in the jaw. And I
Yeah.
think he tagged him.
Yeah. I
What
forgot
about that
he does
five?
the gainer before that, or the
Accuracy.
yeah,
What
before that,
about the
yeah.
540 and righting wrongs?
It's a perfect kick. It's
It's the
just like,
perfect kick.
Mhm.
and
It's the
it's
greatest
him.
kick. It's the
It's
greatest kick in cinema history, I
it's
think.
him. He's
Yeah.
doing it. They didn't get a guy. There was
Yeah.
no one to call. He was the guy. There's no
Yeah.
one else to call.
Yeah.
There was no Dennis Rule back then. There was no. I
Now,
mean,
I
it's
don't think
you and
many
Bew
people
or
did that kick. Like Chin Garlock was the only one who could really kind of do that kick also,
yeah,
but he was a
because he
left
doubles
kicker.
Jackie and
Yeah,
Dragons, right?
because it's a
For
left
the
one.
right, yeah,
Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, it was left.
yeah, yeah. Chin
But that was
Carlock
a
doubles Jackie Chan in the Dragons Forever end kick
yeah.
for the listeners. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But yeah, I think Yumbu, he's the best. I think so. That's my
Dude.
guy.
Yeah.
Um, well, is there anything else you guys want to talk? I've kept you
Well,
guys here. We've been talking for a minute.
I
I
have something that just popped up in my mind
yes,
actually
sir.
talking about moments or like what makes like performers memorable or like scenes memorable, and
Yeah.
that just got me to like also pro wrestling like finishers are like memorable, right? Like every
Mm,
wrestler has a finisher, and then we go to movies and like action stars have their signature maneuver or thing like for instance Van Damme, he has the helicopter kick, the 360 split kick, right? That's his
yeah.
signature move. Bruce Lee has that step side kick and the back fist, that famous back fist he does. Like, who else has like signature moves that are very memorable? Also, like even in our indie world, like for instance, Dennis Ruel, he has like he's really known for this perfect spinning heel and
720.
720. Yeah,
The Dennis
and then for me, it's
720.
the suit. Right, for me,
Yeah.
it's the Superman punch and the German suplex.
Yeah.
Eric, it would be probably the leg sweeps. I think because like just because I've seen a lot of like different leg sweeps from you. But
Yeah.
like, what do you
Eric had
guys
that era
think?
where he was doing the leg sweep takedown a
Yeah,
lot. Yeah,
what do you guys?
for sure.
It's like, what do you guys think? Who's like, what like performer has like a signature move like within like the indies and also maybe outside of that? Like, also Donnie Yen has the thing that's one of his things.
Yeah,
And this
Donnie likes to
the
do the what? Yeah, yeah.
yeah the wind up and then also the back the jumping back kick, like he's really good at that one at
Yeah.
that move. So there's that. So what do you
There,
think? Like, what do you guys think?
Donnie as It Man would do like the chain punch became a thing.
Yeah,
Like
it
I
became like
finished a
a
guy
signature move.
with the chain punch thing. I guess we
Yeah.
credit Samo with that though for the choreo, but like yeah,
Or signature moves, like video game characters have signature moves as well. So, like, what would you identify? Like, if I were to say, like, what's Vlad's signature move or moves? What's Manny's signature moves? That kind of thing. What do you guys think? Have you guys noticed that? Because I
Vlad for me
noticed a
feels like
few.
it's the flying double sidekick for Vlad.
Yes, that's it. Yep, that would be his. That'd be his.
yeah,
That would totally be his.
Yeah.
Eric, you're a variety act, but like you do a lot of things really well, but I can't pinpoint like a specific signature move that I could place
That's
on you.
fine.
Like if I would say one or two, but
I
like
have a
you're just really
beard.
good
That's
with
good enough.
yeah,
true.
you have a beard.
I have a beard.
But I would say like I think mine would be like your leg sweeps. Like
Oh,
you're
okay.
so good at those. Yeah,
Those
you
leg
have a
sweep
lot of
Thanks.
takedowns
really
were cool. Yeah,
yeah,
for
and like a
sure.
variety of them. Like
Yeah.
you have like the best ones that I've
I don't
seen.
know about Manny, but Sean Bernal has a crazy spinning kick also.
He does, and he's
Sean,
very fast.
yeah, Sean was one of my
Yeah.
definitely one of my faves to watch
Mhm.
always on the
Yeah.
force. He's just his speed, his intensity, and I just the shouting's cool. I love the shouting.
Yeah.
I
So
don't
he's
like
known for his shouting. Yeah. He like,
yeah.
hi, hi. Yeah. So
Yeah,
that's
it's
what I
part of
remember
it.
about
I know
him.
he's
Like
like
as a signature.
communicating with you guys too when he's doing that. Like that's part of it. But
Yes.
like,
Yeah.
I
It's called
love it.
EE. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. But I love
Yeah.
that. So yeah. Um.
Because I noticed when I started doing these things like repeatedly, it just everybody's like, oh, that's a Jay Huerto thing, you know. So like,
Yeah.
because I noticed that when I would think, what is Van Damme like? Every time I think of Van Damme, is that split kick, right? So I said, okay, I'm gonna do signature moves for myself. I'm gonna pick two moves that I'll just repeat, in different movies, and that would be the
So
Superman punch and German suplex.
Jet Li
And
has
that's how people remember me.
yeah, Jet Li has the thing where he so we because I just watched Face of Legend where
Yeah,
he
yeah,
does
yeah.
the feints, the hand
Yes, yeah, yeah,
does
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah,
feint
yeah.
hand and then punches or whatever.
Yeah.
I think he first did a Face of Legend, but he also does a Kiss of the Dragon
Hmm.
and at least one other time, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a thing.
But it's like
um
that's the kind of thing like that kind of reminded me of your study, Eric, but in a different way. Just because like it all comes together like the silhouettes, the movement and everything. Like they shape who a performer is, right? And that makes them memorable. And like you remember Arnold Schwarzenegger, because of the way he moves and the way he does different movement languages and how distinct it is. Like I remember that roundhouse kick, very
Yeah.
distinctive. So it's
Yeah.
just those things, and I try to like emphasize that and teach newer performers like, yeah, if you want to stand out, you gotta be yourself and do things that other people aren't doing. And
Yeah.
if you have to repeat a move, so it gets into people's brains and their
Yeah.
subconsciousness, they'll do it. Because now everybody's like, oh, you're gonna do that's the suplex guy. That's the suplex. Oh, he's doing another
Yeah, it's
suplex.
very wrestling, isn't it?
I know in
It is.
Contour. So in Contour, Eric talked about the crew talked about this. The characters
Yeah.
all had finishers. Like Law,
Mhm.
his finish is he wraps people up. He does in the opening with the bag, and then
Yeah.
that's how he beats Dennis with the tie, right? And then Dennis's finish was that big overhand that he gives to Vlad, and then he
Mhm.
gives it to
Yeah.
Eric, but then Eric kicks out it too. He comes back and he fight.
Yep.
Uh,
Very wrestling.
and then Ray had like the sticks.
Mhm.
He was just a stick. He just stick people. And I
Yeah.
love that
Modifier.
little modifier. So like when he's fighting Andy at the end of it's like they're kind of even until he gets the stick, and then he's beating
Yeah.
the hell out
Then
Yeah.
of
it's
Andy with
on.
this,
Yeah.
that he can't be
Yeah.
stopped. So that
And
was
then Ed,
cool.
Ed eating the chocolate, making him
And
like
when Super Saiyan when
stronger,
he ate
or like yeah, Super Saiyan.
the
Yeah.
sugar or the quote unquote sugar.
Yeah, to make him hyperactive.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
cool.
that's
I
not
remember
sugar.
those moments. Yeah, I remember
Yeah,
that.
and then he freaks out. And then he gets the chain
With the
whip.
chain whip. Yeah,
Still one of
dude.
the coolest
What a
finishes to any fight
so
ever is
good.
the chain whip reversal
So
thing.
good. Yeah.
That
Yeah,
always gets applause every single
It's
time.
so
it's.
good, Eric.
Every single time.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna. Well, I'm not gonna ask because I've watched you talk about how you came up with it, but it's crazy that you guys came up with that
It
Yeah.
was
or
Ed
them.
and Troy. It was Ed and
Yeah,
Troy dicking around,
whoosh.
and Troy, and we came up. They did the elbow one first,
Yeah,
and then because that one's kind of like blink and you miss it,
more
and then they
two and
came
Yeah,
up
it.
with that
yeah.
head one, and I was just like, you guys are nuts. We're doing this.
Yeah, you have to put that on
Jesus
film.
Christ.
And I was like, I don't even know how we're gonna line this up. We're just gonna try. And like
Yeah,
for Troy, it was like he kind of put his chest out, and it took like 15 takes. It took a long time.
Damn.
And eventually we got it, and it hit his chest and whipped up, and it looked like it just tagged him.
yeah.
Wow.
Oh no, it
I
looks
was
like it
like,
straight up
I was like,
tags
Dangerous.
him. Yeah,
that's the fight.
We got it. Yeah, we
got
got
it.
it.
We got it.
And then
Yeah,
you having to change the shutter speed so you could see the chain. I remember
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. The
That's a
whole movie
super
shot
cool.
1/48, I think, or 1/24 even. I liked
Oh,
the
okay.
motion
Yeah, yeah,
blur.
yeah.
I liked the motion blur. I think I would do 1/48 now, but motion
Mhm.
blur was nice because it's actually easier to show contact.
Yeah, yeah, it is. Mhm.
Motion when there's no motion blur at like 1/250. There was that whole phase after Gladiator when they were like, let's shoot everything like high shutter speed. And I was like, it's
Oh
really hard to
yeah.
line stuff up. It's like
Yeah,
the
Yeah.
punch is here and then it's here. There's no blur in between,
Right, 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 right. Oh, you make a good point. I didn't think about that.
you
Yeah.
know?
yeah,
Interesting. I'm learning. Yeah, again, I'm learning from you, Eric.
yeah,
It's just, I just remember being really frustrated. Like, it doesn't look like I'm hitting him.
Mhm.
He changed that to 1/48. I was like, okay, now we got it.
yeah,
Now there's
Interesting. No,
blur.
I didn't notice that.
There's like a little
Okay.
bit, even when I do it here, there's like
Yeah.
blur like for a frame or two after the fist
Yeah, yeah,
moves.
yeah.
So you have way more
Mhm.
leeway. Your stuntman can be like, after you have time. But like if it's like here and here, there's no reaction point.
right. Interesting.
100%. Yeah, you're right. Oh my god.
Action's hard to film,
I didn't
everybody.
realize that.
It's hard to make really good looking action. It's
No,
Mhm.
it's not.
no. Anyone could do it. Anyone could make the knife fight in Death Grip. It's easy.
Oh my god.
It is.
No.
Anyone could do that. Then why don't
So
they?
good.
Because
Complex
it's
and
hard as
Well,
beautiful.
hell.
okay. I was talking to
Yeah.
somebody about this the other day where like, Death Grip is just like another one of those weird things where off to the side, I'm like, okay, if we're gonna do this fight, we're not gonna settle until the take is perfect.
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
every other thing that we have to do in our daily lives, we kind of run out of time. It's like, okay, we're not going to get this shot. Like, let's just settle with it. Maybe we'll cut. Like, no, we are going to get it exactly the way that we want it. We are not going to settle for anything except
Mhm.
perfection. We're going to make the fight as perfect as we possibly can.
Mhm.
And, you know, you just can't, it's really hard to do that outside of the indie world. And it was kind of the same thing with, the Rope It Up 2 end fight. It's the same with the Contour end fights. We're like, let's just get this, let's just do it until it's perfect.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you
Hmm.
know,
It
people look at
shows.
that and then they say like, "Can you come and do that in my movie?" I'm like, "Probably not."
No,
Yeah, exactly. I had to
I
say the
don't
same
think
thing.
It's not
so.
that I'm actually that great. Like you could probably get a guy who's more talented than me who could get it quicker than I could. I just didn't settle. That's
Right.
all it was. I'm just
Hmm.
like incredibly like what picky, and I just didn't want to settle. Like if it's and the other guy's got to be happy too.
Right.
Yeah.
You got to remember that like when we were doing Contour, I just love these stories about Dennis because we'd do a great shot with me and Dennis. I'd be like, man, that shot was great. It was perfect. And he's watching it and he's like, I don't know, my kick is just it's a little bit off. Like, Dennis, I really don't think people are going to be looking that hard. He's like, yeah, but I'm just not really happy with it. And I'm like, all right, again.
We're
And
the same. We're the
we
same. We're
got
all
to
the
do it
same.
again and again and again until he's happy. And when he's happy, I'll look at mine and be like, I don't really like mine. He's like, all right, we'll do it again and again and again. We just did it until we got it. And
Yep.
then, and so like maybe my goal is to kind of annoy people because we get to have that luxury, but everybody can have that luxury if they go and like make their indie movie. You could
Hmm.
have that. And
Yep.
you see it with games too. Like you see these annoying small game studios that can make it perfect because they're
Yeah.
small.
Right.
And it annoys everybody except the gamers. The gamers are thrilled, but
They
the
love
entire
Silk
industry,
Song. Silk
yeah,
Song's right.
totally. Same,
Yeah.
yeah, perfect example.
Yeah.
You know, like small indie team that wants to, that's the JRPG, right?
Yeah, it's what do you call it? Uh Metroidvania.
Okay, that's
They
right.
call
That's
it.
right.
Yeah.
The super hard one. Is that it? Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard. It's harder
Yeah.
than the original. Yeah.
Yeah. So like you get a small team, they get to make the perfect thing, and that annoys everybody in the business. But like now you're applying upward pressure. And that's just to
Yeah.
me, that's what you can do. You may not be the best, but for whatever reason, you have the ability right now to do something
Yeah.
perfectly. Take the time to do it perfectly. You can see it.
Yeah.
You can actually see it in your mind as this is happening. And if you're not there yet, you just have to get to that point where you make the last statue at the museum. Is kind of what I'm saying. And you know Jackie was doing that with Drunken Master too. You know he was.
I was
Yeah.
gonna
You know he was
say,
Yeah.
like, this
Yeah.
isn't perfect yet. We have to keep going. We've only been shooting for a month, guys. Come on.
does it make you feel any better that it took what was it 2.5 months for him to make that one scene? Does it make you feel
Yeah,
any
that makes
better?
sense. That
Yeah,
makes
okay.
sense.
It makes
That makes
sense.
sense.
At least makes sense. If he did it
Yeah,
in 2 weeks, you'd be like, "What?"
that doesn't
But
make
the fact that
sense.
it took two
Yeah.
months,
No.
Yeah.
at least, and it's Jackie, and it took him 2 months to make the best fight ever.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
essentially.
yeah. And what's crazy about that fight, and then we will wrap up. Well, just to is that so you saw this? I'm assuming before you saw Drunken Master 1.
Yeah.
And so what's almost infuriating to go back to what you were saying is you see this fight, it's amazing. But then if you have the context for Drunken Master 1, it's even better. Like it's wait, did we lose Jay? I don't know.
Yeah, we might have.
I don't know. Uh but let's give it a second, see what comes back.
Yeah. Yeah, give
Uh
it a sec.
let me see. Maybe he messaged me. Maybe his internet went out.
Yeah, maybe, huh?
Or is he back? Oh,
Or battery died, maybe.
maybe. Oh, he's on his laptop. I guess that's possible. Um well, we're about to wrap up anyway, but
All right.
so that's uh yeah, I was just gonna say that Drunken Master 1 makes it better when you realize the eight drunken gods and how he incorporated them all to the
Right.
fight makes it
Yeah,
even
yeah,
better
yeah, yeah, yeah.
that he
Yeah, it's
actually
great.
did all that.
Oh,
You
he
still
can
hear
still hear
us.
us. Yeah, his video's just not working.
Okay, sure.
Mm.
Uh, well, I feel bad because I was gonna give him a chance to plug his stuff as well.
Let's see if he can sign. Jay, sign out and sign back on so that
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can
Try close out and come back in
make
so we
sure you
can
get your full.
let you plug your stuff.
Yeah.
Because I could do it, but yeah, um,
I mean, yeah, my book.
see. This is so funny. Now there's two J's. Can I kick one? Oh, well, yeah, you're the host actually. I don't know.
I
I
hear.
think
Oh, now there's
I
two
think I
J's.
think I think you're the host right now.
Oh, okay.
There's too
Okay, so that one, whatever. Yeah, it doesn't matter. You're here. Hey,
Yeah.
what's up?
Okay. Okay. Perfect. Sorry about that, guys.
All good.
No, you're fine.
Yeah.
You just got frozen. But
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, thanks again, you guys. This was a lot of fun. I love to
Of
even do this
course. Yeah.
again. We could talk more other
Oh my
topics.
God, we have a lot of stories.
Uh,
Like we still haven't
yeah.
even talked about like our the beginnings of Super Alloy and the stuff that we did like in the first year, like the second year, first year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
2019, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
2019. We
2019.
could talk about that. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's
I
a lot
definitely
of
want to
stuff, man.
yeah.
But like I've been wanting to do like an interview with Eric like this, for a while. I mean, I know I did his podcast, but like another moderator just talk about like all the old days and then like our philosophies on fighting. So it's really cool. It's really cool to get to do this and talk to like-minded people because like up here it's just because it's newer generation and a lot of people who haven't done like our indie style. It's a foreign language to them and it's it's kind of difficult to talk and analyze these our art with people who don't have that language just yet. So
Yeah.
this is really
Makes
cool.
sense, yeah.
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 But yeah. Jay, would you your plug, sir, before we
All
call it
right.
a show here.
So you can find me on Instagram at silentj_action. I post a lot of training videos, a lot of wrestling stuff, and scenes from my movies, older and newer ones. You can also find me on YouTube, YouTube /Jabroni Pictures, or you can search for my name, Fernando J. Huerto, and you'll see all of the films I've had. Not all 345 films, but a lot of them. Mostly action. So that's
Hell
that's
yeah.
that's where you could find me. And I think that's it. I'm not on TikTok just yet because like I'm a little old for that.
Don't
But I'll
do
give it
it.
a try.
You
Don't
know,
Don't
do
do
it.
it. Okay.
I keep
Okay.
thinking about getting on TikTok also,
Nah,
You
don't.
but I don't know. I bet, yeah. Also, if yeah, go to Jabroni Pictures, click on the Battle Hero Absolute playlist, and just watch all of those.
oh,
That's my
it's
ranking for
old
every
now.
time.
I can't believe it. I
I
can't
mean,
believe all the stuff is
it's
like old.
it's still your
Yeah.
coolest series though, from front to back, in my opinion. So yeah, or just watch the him versus
Thank you.
Eric in Gunpoint 3. Also, that was also rad. Uh,
Yeah, some of my best fights are with Eric.
yeah, yeah. Eric, your plug, sir.
I want to plug the Discord and open up the
Oh
Discord
yeah.
to the public.
Okay.
So go to my website, ericjacobus.com. I'll have Discord info on there. And because I want to bring the community back into a common
Yeah.
place. And I wrote a book, If These Fists Could Talk. It's on Amazon. Please review it if you buy it. You could use the
By
reviews.
now.
And I'm
Yeah.
working on more. I love
Well,
writing. It's actually
yeah.
really fun. It's fun to write a book. Everybody who's doing action should write a book. There's a
Yeah,
lot to there's a lot to say.
Yes, there is 100%.
there is.
Yeah, and I look forward to reading the your first draft of your manuscript. So
Thanks.
that'd be cool. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Oh, also, yeah, we have a Patreon here now. Patreon.com/F_3. If you want to throw some dollars to the homies so we can keep doing content like this
Yes.
while I
Right on.
podcast my life into oblivion. But I love to do it.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, and thank you guys so much.
Thank
And
you.
hopefully we'll get to talk again soon. Hopefully I can get Leroy on again too. I'd
Oh,
love to
that'd be
talk to
fun.
him.
That'd be
He
fun.
really,
Yeah.
especially now that he's like retired. I feel like,
Yeah. And just to
it's
see where
like,
he's at in life, because like I haven't
yeah,
spoken to him for a while.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. And
it'd be nice.
but yeah, to action cinema, everybody. May it live, long may it reign, and
We'll keep it
uh,
going.
keep it going. And
Yeah.
thanks, you guys, and we'll see you next time. Until then,
Thanks.
adios. Protect your neck, everybody out there.
All right.